You stand on the road east of Solace, tired from 5 years of adventuring from a fruitless search for lost clerical magic. You know the old proverb that claims you must return to find what you left to seek, but that saying never really made any sense. Soon, however, it will. For the world of Kryn is not the same. Refugees stream out of the northernmost human lands, telling horrible tales. An invading army has burned their villages and put their families and friends to the sword. Among these stories, you hear of even darker rumors that older evils, the dragons themselves, have returned to the world. Welcome to the world of Kryn and the legendary DragonLance.
Quick background, named character.
Hey, everybody! How you doing?
Welcome
Hello.
to episode 1 of DragonLance, Dragons of Despair, part 1. For those of you who have watched our crazy streams before, you might know me. I'm Adam, and I'm your dungeon master today. Why? Only to get payback on Will. Only reason.
And I've already got payback on him by not having loaded up something. But you
Yeah,
know
he
what?
already-
I
he's
got
already screwed everything up.
I got a point. Well, you probably have that up there too. Did you load up the new video with the new name too?
Yes, of course I did.
Well, I have all the old stuff.
Why are we talking about this live on stream?
I don't
Anyway,
know.
you guys are in for a treat.
You should know by now to ignore me.
You wouldn't know it by the start of this.
Hey,
Thank you,
everybody.
Will. Good to have you on board. But we are playing the original DragonLance modules, the old school ones, although there's some changes. One, we're doing it in 5e because none of us can remember how to play the original one. I never actually played 1e. I only played 2e,
Yeah.
3rd edition. I don't even think we played 3.5. I think we played straight up 3rd edition. Is that right, Gary?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Me either. Did not play 4, but now we play 5. And we're also not using the pre-generated characters. So if you came here to see a retelling of the novels, you're going to be disappointed.
No.
Because none of those, well, some of the NPCs you're going to see, so they'll be familiar, but they're all new player characters. You guys are in for a treat. I'm going to make
You
that
should know by
segue.
now
And
to
why don't we
ignore
get
me.
started with some introductions? Jason, why don't you go first?
Sure. My name's Jason. I'm playing the character named Zane. Zane is an elf wizard. He's going to. He's been through some tough times, and he's going to rely pretty heavily on everyone to keep his little scrawny butt alive.
KD, we'll move on to you.
I'm KD. I'm playing Zarek, who is Zane's twin brother, and he will be keeping Zane's scrawny little ass alive.
That's the spirit. Kem-chan.
Hey, I'm Kevshan. I'm over here in Seattle. I'm playing Gorel Nightfoot, human fighter, raised by a dwarf. And he's doesn't look anything like a dwarf. He's 6'5", 260. He's
have
going
to
to
move
keep
that.
everybody alive.
Thank you for the like. I didn't see your name because it was underneath something. Well, I'll change that. So
Oh, come on, Will. You're slacking.
yeah.
Anyway, Gaz, down below.
All right, I'm Gaz. and
Actually, you're
I'm
over next to
playing-
me from what people can see, so never mind. Gaz, up
Okay.
above.
Wait,
Looks
where
like
am I? I'm playing Herdlethlon. I can't even pronounce my own name. Herdlethlon. And I'm a half-elf rogue and was raised by human parents who were priests of the new false gods, I guess you would say.
Ooh.
And yeah, that's it for me.
Let me get myself off mute. Finally, we're going to go to who's commonly referred to as Will DM, and now he's Will.Playa.
Ooh, I like that. I think I found the new thing I'm going to change it to. Will.Play. Ooh, yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm all just.
The problem is now you've already blown it.
did.
Now it's painfully obvious you're not a player.
Yeah. Hey, I'm Will DM. I am actually playing, and this will point out my ineptitude is that I neglected to download the updated overlay. So while it says Heston down below, that's not who I'm playing. I'm playing a character by the name of Swift Fox. Should I say anything else about him or just leave it at that?
No, because we're going to start with you, so you don't really need to say anything else.
Oh, okay. Well, I won't say anything else.
All right. So let's get right into it. Thank you guys for checking us out here on Twitch and also on Facebook, maybe eventually to YouTube. We don't know. We're playing it by ear. Katie's leaving. She says, I've had enough of this shit. Time to get out. All right. We open in darkness. Monstrous screams can be heard in the distance. There's a blue light that shines in the darkness, then is gone. Swift Fox, you are tired, fevered, dehydrated, bloody, and hurting as you crawl across the stone floor. You have traveled a long time and have been attacked by creatures of nightmares. The easiest thing to do would just be to lie down. Just close your eyes for a minute and rest. What do you do?
Close my eyes, lay down, and rest.
All right. And that's the stream, guys. So we will see you on Tuesdays for Greyhawk Adventures. I hope you enjoyed our Dragonland show.
I know where I'm at, right? Or no?
Nope.
Yeah. I were
in the darkness. You've been attacked by things you don't even half remember. Your mind can't even begin to process. Your primitive mind can't begin to understand the horrors that have besieged you. All you know that it's dark. There's a blue light that you saw in the distance that disappeared, and you can't even stand up. You're so weak.
Thanks for the follow, dear. Well, I'm going to continue crawling on the floor despite the how it hurts. But I'm also going to start trying to detect any sort of wind or something like that that will possibly give me an inkling as to where there might be like an opening or something along these lines.
Okay. Roll a perception check.
It's time to get the character sheet open.
You really had nothing prepared.
I did, but I just had the wrong.
You know what? You don't
prepared.
find any fucking wind. What do you think of that?
I think that
all right, you
14
do
says
find
otherwise.
some wind with that roll, with that perception roll is a 14.
Thanks, Gary, David, Mercer, Hollingdale for following. Appreciate.
Thank you. So
I feel wind.
you feel a little bit, just the slightest breeze. Now you were a scout, right? You're a plainsman. You know,
Yes.
this kind of environment is difficult for you, but you can feel just a hint and like just a smell of air. It's not really fresh air. It's still
Thanks,
sort
Chris,
of like
for following. Appreciate.
Thank you. It's like a stale air, but you can feel it, and it is in that direction where you thought you saw that blue light appear and then disappear.
Well, I'm going to continue to crawl, but I'm definitely going to be crawling, and Gazer Ant just followed. Thank you,
That's
Gazer.
Gaz Aaron.
You're welcome.
Hold on, let me do my bifocals.
It's really hard to do that. Like I
can say
roll
now.
for this because when those names come across and they're all bunched up together like that, you panic because they disappear so fast. But anyway, that's Gaz down below. So thank you, Gaz, for following
Thanks,
us here.
You're
Gaz.
welcome.
Wicked Studios presents Dragonlance, Dragons of Despair.
With that perception check, did I hear any type of creatures or any
Yes,
type
you still hear these. You hear like footsteps way in the distance, but it seems like they're coming from almost every direction. And then you hear, every once in a while this like growl and like almost a snarl.
Thanks for following, Thomas O'Brien. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to crawl as fast as I can.
Okay.
Towards where I think I saw the blue light and where I feel the wind coming towards me.
Sure. So you move as quickly as your broken body will take you, and it seems much faster to you than it actually is. Like if anybody's watching you, you're moving real slow. But you've got a bit of a second wind now because now you feel that you're making some progress. You keep moving, and you don't see that light anymore. The air that you thought you felt is gone, but you keep moving in that direction. And when you feel like the moment that you feel like you can't go on, your hand, as you put it down and you expect to feel the stone floor below you.
Thanks for following, Mark Cosser.
Yeah.
Appreciate it very much so.
It's really hard to do. You guys have to have easier names, by the way.
That one was easy.
Oh, we'll just
Gary's was the hard one.
So you put your hand down. Instead of touching the cold stone floor, your hand wraps around a wooden pole. And as soon as you touch it, you hear a woman's voice say, "It is okay, warrior of the Keishu. You have found what you sought." And you look up and you see a woman, and she's drenched in blue light. So you can't really make out any of the details of what she really looks like. You could just sort of see her form. And then she continues and says, "Go. Return to your people. The staff you hold in your hand is proof of the true gods." And then you hear this deep growl in the darkness, and it sounds like it's pretty close now. "Go," the woman yells. "The staff will guide you."
I was about to say, is she pointing towards the exit? But
Yeah. Here's a map.
I will get up off the ground, and do I feel the staff pulling me in any direction or something?
You don't. But from there, your memory is hazy. You're no longer in whatever tomb it felt like you were in. Days, weeks, months pass, and you continue just walking back to where you hope is toward your village.
Thanks, Larry Redcliffe, for following. Appreciate it.
The plains of the Keishu.
Thanks for following, Justin Newell. Hey, these are pretty easy ones. I like this.
Hey guys, that is good. You guys are great. We are really happy that you're following.
We are.
Gaz Arendt, we're not so happy about you.
Yeah, but we
Too
know
difficult to say. Then you see nothing as your consciousness fades. You open your eyes and you see a woman. You see her dark eyes soften with compassion.
Thanks for
flowing
following, Stephen Hayhurst.
Hey, Hurst.
Appreciate it. Hey, Hurst. I'm sure he's never heard that before.
Where's Daka Flocka Flame? That's what I want to know.
He's at Gary Kind.
Oh, God damn it, Daka Flocka. Her flowing silver gold hair has braided locks in the front. A blue feather is woven into the hair on the side, just behind her right ear. The chieftain's daughter, Gold Moon, sits by you in the cot you now rest in. Thank the gods you're awake, she says, and kisses you softly on the forehead. Just then, a Keishu warrior who you recognize to be Riverwind, who's a rival of yours, enters the tent. You're awake. The chieftain will see you now.
I'll like sit up and like and I'll lean over and I'll just give Gold Moon a peck on the cheek while just still eyeing Riverwind.
Yeah, he gives you a dirty glance when you do that too. Like, that's not cool in his eyes. So he turns and walks out. Like, he was about to, you can tell that he was about to help you up. After that, he doesn't. But Gold Moon, helps you. And, you've really got to lean on her. You're still very weak. And she helps you to the center of the village. And I'm going to move the map over to village of the Keishu.
And there we go.
So she helps you to the center of the village where it looks like the entire village is waiting. They clear a path for you as the two of you come through. And she brings you to her father, Arrowthorn Tearsong, which is a really difficult name to say. It's like one of those names that pop up on that "Thank you for following" that thing.
You sound
That's
so
his Twitch handle, Arrowthorn Tearsong. He's the chieftain of the Keishu tribe, and he stands in the middle of the group. The staff you found is lying in the dirt before him, and
well, that pisses me off right there.
It's a pretty nondescript looking staff. Although at the end of it, there's a blue crystal attached to the top.
I'll bite my tongue and hold back the first thing I want to say to him. Thank you for following us, Brad Massapust. I think that's right.
Is that what you were holding back from saying to him?
Yep.
he does not like being called Brad Maxipus, that's for sure.
I don't know. That's kind of
although
a cool
that
name.
is his real name.
Yeah, quick, make amends, Adam. Quick.
Arrowthorn Tearsong is cooler, so that's what he likes to go by.
Thank you for following, Brad. We appreciate, even though we make a little fun.
We tend, for those of you new here to Wicked Studios on Twitch,
we mock our followers.
We have a tendency to do that, though. I don't know why.
I
mean it. We love you guys. And we
think you have the tendency, but
I do have the tendency to do it.
Well, I'll bite back the first response that I had because I'm kind of pissed that this staff's laying in the dirt. I mean, for one, I almost died. For two, that's the true gods, and it should be treated with reverence and respect. And I'll attempt to stand on my own, and I'll even like push Gold Moon away from me a little, not forcefully, not like away, but and I'll go, no, I'm quite fine. I'm ready for this.
Then
whatever
tell
it
us
is
of your journey and what you have found. And he looks down at the staff.
I wish it's gonna be hard, and I know you're not gonna enjoy what I have to say, because for one, there's so much of it I just don't remember. I remember the pain, I remember the searing pain oh so well, but how I came across this proof of the true gods, I don't know. I was in darkness and I was hunted by black wings of death. I wish I could say more, but I crawled through these ruins and I was greeted by an ethereal image of a goddess. She didn't tell me her name, did she?
Nope.
She gave me this staff as proof of the real gods.
This is a relic of the true gods.
Well,
Go ahead then, make it work. Show us what it can do.
Well, I'll look around trying to buy a little bit of time at everyone. I'll look at Gold Moon and to get a little bit of courage under my belt because I know she's going to want to see me succeed. I'll walk forward and I'll bend down, retrieve the staff, and I'll kind of lean on it. And then I'll just kind of like whisper to it.
Okay.
I know you didn't say how to use you, but now would be a really good time to do something. And I'll go, and I'll like shine up the crystal on the end a little bit.
Nothing happens.
I can't lie to you, Chief. I ran. I was told to leave, and I did quickly, following the instructions of the goddess that gave me the staff. She didn't tell me how to use it, but I'm sure if we take the time and try to get to know it and use it, that we will be able to figure it out.
Enough. And then he turns away from you, and he's making like a big show of this now. And he turns to the people and says, "This man is a liar. This man
Ooh, I'm biting my tongue again.
is weak. I sent him on a quest to find evidence of the old god so that he in turn could marry my daughter. But, as I thought, he is nothing. Certainly not worthy of marrying the chieftain's daughter. As penalty of his deceit, I sentence him to death by stoning." And he turns and just walks away. The crowd parts.
If you're going to sentence me to death, that's fine, but promise me that you will take up this staff and use it for the good it is intended for.
At that point,
You might be short-sighted, but the gods are not.
that's a good line. If only he would listen to you.
That's for everybody else. And more for Gold Moon. I want to go out like a hero, you know what I mean?
You got to save face somehow.
Yeah.
So at that point, Riverwind leads a group of warriors. They grab onto you, and they half drag, half pull you to you see that there's like that pole sort of in the middle between that little rock formation and the hut.
Mhm.
Pulls you up there, ties you to the ties your hands behind you, so you're tied to the pole. The staff, make a strength check.
All right. Oh, yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, so that staff falls to the ground, but you're in a bit of a pickle. So
Now, Riverwind is one of the dudes that's tying me up, right?
Yes.
I know you're not very fond of me, Riverwind, and I understand with all my success and all your failures. But if you could do me a favor, and if I am to perish like this, watch after Gold Moon for me. Trust this is really the staff of the gods. I'm not lying. I know what I guess I don't know what I saw, but
he actually stopped. His facial expression changes at that plea, and you can see that in his eyes what used to be just hatred of you still there, but there's a twinge of respect now. And he just gives the most imperceptible nod that if you weren't staring right at him, you would not have noticed that. And even then, you're still not exactly sure that that's what you saw. He turns, as the others do, walk away. The warriors of the tribe step forward, pick up these large stones, and just throw them at you one after the other, and they're hitting you and they're tearing your flesh, they're bruising you.
While this is all happening, I'm going to try and I'm just going to stare at Gold Moon.
Mm-hmm.
and try to keep her as my focus, so I don't see the rocks coming at me to like flinch, so it could just hit me.
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
13.
Okay. Yeah. So you're taking this like a champ here. You're looking at Goldmoon. She's looking at you, and you can see tears welling up in her eyes. And she yells out, "No, please!" She rushes to your side in an attempt to stop them from attacking you. She grabs onto the staff and grabs onto your arm. And as soon as she touches your arm, you both disappear.
Thanks for following, Will Sebring. We appreciate it very much so. Thank you.
You disappear in a bright blue light.
Nice. I take it back, Riverwind.
And one thing you did notice, by the way, is that Riverwind, while he held a stone, never threw it.
Nice.
Next, we are on the road going north to Solace. The twins, Zarek and Zane, are walking. There's people on this road, although not that many, and not as many as you would expect. It's autumn. Usually this is a good time for trade. Solace is really a trade town. While there's a number of people that live there, a few hundred people that live there, a lot of times people are coming and going as they're going to the city of Haven. Because in order to get there, you could either go through the mountains and what's known as Darkenwood, which are rumored to be haunted forests. So they go around to Solace. I'm going to put up a little map here. Why don't we do that? So you guys can see, and so can the... So let me know when you have that up.
Yeah.
It's up. Yep.
All right. So Solace is here where I'm pointing. Haven is way down here.
Thank you for following, Mitchell Kimbrough. We appreciate it very much. So.
Sure do. So really the only ways to get there are to go through Darkenwood, which you don't want to do, through the mountains, which is extremely tough, down by river, which is very difficult to transport goods, or through the road, which leads you right past Solace. So as the two of you are walking...
Thank you for following Michael Lucenti. I do believe I pronounced it correctly. Maybe. Thanks, Michael. I appreciate it.
Thank you. We do.
So this is the road here. This is
those gray lines are the roads.
Like over here. That's the road.
But you're coming from
Solace.
This angle here. You're about So
we're coming north to Solace. Got it. Okay.
Yes.
Sweet.
As you guys are walking, you see two figures. One lying sort of just off to the side of the road. Another, kneeling over the person. You can see that person has sort of a light brown skin, but a goldish, silverish hair. That's very striking. On the side of the road, a bit ahead of you.
Can we tell if the person lying down is injured?
It's hard to say from the distance that you're at, but roll a perception check, both of you.
Sure.
You can both tell that there's something wrong. Zarek, you can see that, and you're used to, seeing, like injuries on the battlefield and things like that, and you can tell that that there must be something wrong. It looks like that it's hard to tell from the angle, but from when you can see, it does look like this guy has been in a fight.
Now, am I conscious?
You are conscious, yes.
So with that, I'm going to look to Zane, and I imagine he and I will have like a telepathic moment and just kind of agree that we should head over there and make sure that they're okay.
Absolutely.
Wonder Twin powers activate.
Yeah.
Now, why didn't you? And I should have done this with Will, except we originally saw him in Darkness or Swift Fox. I'm going to call you Silver Fox. You know that, right?
Yeah, I do. And for those watching, Silver Fox was his character way back.
No, my character was Silver Wolf. That you always.
I always called him Silver Fox. Yeah, way back when we did Return to the Bandit Kingdoms. So
check that out on YouTube /Mr. Adam PL for old episodes. So why don't you guys describe
Ben Kamadina? Thank you for following.
Thanks. Describe what you look like. Will you start? Because we were
Sean
supposed to
McDonald. Thank you for following. We appreciate it. Actually, and for those who are just tuning in and starting, please, it's my mistake for not having the proper overlay. It says Heston underneath, but the name is Swift Fox. So, Swift
he really likes Charlton Heston movies, so his nickname is Heston.
Yeah. Swift Fox is actually kind of contrary to what like when you saw him getting stoned in the village. A lot of strapping guys, robust warrior types. Swift Fox is 5'6". He's got the wiry, athletic kind of build to him. He's not an extremely large fella. His skin is slightly pale for I'm gonna merge. I always want to say cashew. What are they again? The Kyushu.
Keishu?
Keishu.
Keishu.
Thank you, Keishu.
That's how I'm pronouncing it.
For a Keishu tribesman, he has long, very straight black hair. He's wearing leathers and dark, like buckskins that have been dyed like dark, not necessarily black, but dark browns, and not a bad looking guy if you were to take away all the bumps, bruises, scars, and blood all over him. But
it looks like shit right now.
He looks like complete shit right now. Yes.
All right, Zarek, why don't you describe yourself?
So Zarek and Zane are twins, but they are identical twins, but they don't exactly look exactly alike. Zarek is, I didn't say before, he's a fighter. So he's pretty muscular. He's pretty big. He's a high elf. So his skin is very light, and his hair is also very light. He's got like dirty blonde hair. And he wears studded leather and carries with him a long sword, a shield, and a bow at all times.
All right. And Zane?
So Zane, like KD said, doesn't look exactly like Zarek, partly because Zane is a studious fellow and not nearly as robust or big as his brother. He's a slender guy. They are pretty tall, about 5'8", 5'9". And he has the same dirty blonde hair. Usually it's pulled back, and it's like shoulder length, but pulled back into either a top knot or a bun or something like that to keep it out of his face when he's reading. The real distinguishing characteristic between the two of them is Zane's skin is gold. Looks very metallic and almost has like sparkles of starshine in around his hands and Yep.
Now you said that I'm conscious, and I do I see them coming? Or do I need to roll perception, or I mean, because Gold Moon saw him, right?
We may be having some Twitch issues here. I see it says we'll be right back
Yes, and that is actually
because of the usage, I'm assuming.
that is actually Twitch.
Yeah, that's not us, because otherwise I wouldn't say be right back.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Looks like we're back now.
Because we're so popular on Twitch.
Yeah,
Nice.
we broke
Good job, us.
Twitch, guys. Thanks
did
for
it.
tuning in and watching the
Yeah.
most viewed live stream on Twitch in Twitch history here tonight.
Yeah, right. And whoever just followed us, I totally missed it. I'm sorry, but thank you. And no, Rigger, that's not me. That's with our new world that happens.
Somebody blame you.
When it's
Great.
yeah, when it's my fault, you won't see that we'll be back.
Yeah, it'll just be
gone.
fucked up. Yeah.
Yep. That's Twitch letting you know that they messed up. So Gold Moon saw them coming up, right?
Yes, and she tells you she's very nervous because she doesn't know what the fuck happened. Like, you guys, 1 minute were being stoned to death, the next minute on the street.
Do you guys still have the staff? Do they still have the staff?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab her and I'm gonna say, Gold Moon, now listen to me. Listen good. I told you that staff was from the gods. Now you can see from what it's done. We have to remain quiet about that. Don't speak at all. We're just travelers. Understand?
She then, she nods and takes her cloak off. You guys see, she's not very subtle about it. And you already see her doing this, but she takes her cloak off, and you can't really tell what exactly she's doing, but she's doing something on the other side of the man lying on the road. Swift Fox, you see that she's taking the staff and wrapping it up in her cloak.
And then I look at it and say, let me do the talking.
So yeah, I would just I would assume that she's just tending to his wounds or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't have any weapons on me, of course, right? Because that was all stripped of me.
Yeah, you got shit. You got nothing.
Okay.
You got whatever clothes are on your back there, dude. Yeah, and she sort of helps you sit up as they approach.
Oh there.
Hello, are you all right?
Hell no. We were set upon by brigands. As you can see, they accosted me in my attempts to defend ourselves, and they took all of my belongings away from me. It was just out of pure luck they were able to escape off into the forest. And there's a forest here, right? I'm not talking out my ass.
Sure, yeah, there's a forest all around you. Yeah.
Okay, into the forest and elude them. If it wouldn't be too much to ask, if you could help us to some place where I might be able to rest and tend myself.
So, just a question. Is there anything, so are any of these tribes unfriendly? And do we know that he's from a friendly tribe?
They're not necessarily friendly or unfriendly. They're
Okay.
more aloof and distant.
Like isolationist?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So there would be no reason for us to be opposed to this request.
Right. But you do know that the Keita they live the closest to civilization, and you actually passed their that's
I like how you just ignored it.
That's what a good dungeon master does.
I'm trying to ignore all you guys.
I have to do that with Adam all the time.
Yeah. That's fair.
Okay,
Now I know what it's like. So you actually passed their village on the way here.
Okay.
So for all you know, he could be part of their tribe.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Cool.
But they're more known for trading and things like that. The Keishu are much more distant. They live further away across the plains.
Okay.
don't often come into contact with any of them. The Kiri you would probably have some dealings with when back in your time when you lived in Solace, because they were pretty close by and they would trade there as well. But again, it was really just it was kind of like the Amish. They come into town, they do what they need to do, and then they get out.
Okay.
So is it odd for us to see a plainsman on the road like this, or no?
Yeah, this is weird.
Okay, great.
And we're normally horsemen, correct? For the most part.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you ain't got no.
And now,
You're like
Adam,
you got a boot.
Yeah.
You got one boot. You know what? The other boot's off. You only got you got
one
two
boot.
boots.
That's so wrong, dude.
I'll give you 2 boots.
All right.
That's it.
Two
That's where my
boots and
generosity
no
ends.
shirt.
Yeah.
now that we're closer, what kind of injuries does he have?
Pick one. He's got all the injuries.
Does it look like combat, or does it look like he fell, or does it look like
both of you roll both of you roll a medicine check. One because Zane from his book learning, and Zarek from Zane got it. Yeah. Zane, you can tell that this guy was in a fight. See ya, Swift Fox. Luckily, we don't need you here for the scene. So you can see that he was definitely in a fight.
Okay.
It was not with humans. Like these are not weapon wounds.
Okay.
There are bruises and and other cuts.
Sorry
I
about
think Gary may have messed up the thing there because he bounced off for a second.
No, everybody's in the right spot.
Oh, right.
Woo-hoo.
You know what? I'm sorry, guys. Nothing you do ruins everything. You always make things better.
Let me check the battle map. Oh, that's all screwed up. No, it's fine.
Good, because you might need that in a second. Dun dun dun. So, but yeah, you can see that he was definitely fighting some sort of creatures, and like his wounds are really bad, and both of you can tell that very easily. Like this guy is. It's amazing that he's still alive.
Great.
Thank you for following whoever did that, and I didn't catch your name. I'm sorry.
So
thanks for following you.
You know who you are, and I apologize for not catching it. Thanks
for following.
I appreciate it.
Next time, be a leader. Then we'd know who you were.
You are such a jerk.
It's like christening. It's like getting a christening. If Adam's a jerk to you, you're like a part of the club.
Yeah.
Yeah, total strangers will understand that.
What are you on now?
Yeah. As you were saying.
Okay. I'm just waiting for Adam to make fun of me, so I want
to
be part of the club.
You'll get there. You'll get there.
All right, good.
We're not there yet.
That's fair.
You'll get there.
So Zane's going to look over to Zarek and kind of, I think we should help this guy. So that's the vibe I'm going to give to Zarek as I go over to him. And as I go over to the prone man on the ground, I look at his companion and say, I can probably help. Let me tend to his wounds.
She gives you a distrustful glance, but then looks at Swift Fox and say, if he can help, then I think we should accept it.
Yeah, I agree. Ow.
So I'll give some first aid to him, see if I can't at least like alleviate some of the worst of it. Make sure that he's all right.
All right, roll a medicine check again.
Sure thing. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I made it worse.
You make it worse.
I thought you said you knew what you were doing.
Yeah, like you're sticking your finger in like some sort of wound. Like that's.
Sorry,
this is
elf
really
anatomy
incredible.
is different than human anatomy.
All right, we just lost KD.
Now that does mess things up.
Yeah,
Right.
I am not going to mess with the images just yet. Everybody who's watching, just so you know, because if I go ahead and move them around, she'll come back and it'll throw it out of whack again.
There's also a lot of activity on Zoom, which we're using, and then Twitch. So
There's
bear
a lot
with
of
us for any
activity
technical
everywhere.
difficulties.
Yeah, we're sharing bandwidth with a normal Friday night and Gary Con and who knows what else. Oh, the apocalypse. So yeah.
Right, that thing.
Who knew the apocalypse would be streaming?
Gary Con.
That's what I would do.
Yeah, that's where everyone.
You
goes to
didn't
worship
know, Gary?
you.
I figured if all you'd be there. It's your
really
Why
should
am
con.
I
be
not
there, by
at
the way.
Gary Con?
I don't know.
So many
man.
people are going to be disappointed that you're here and not there. By the way,
I can imagine.
it's like Mecca. They come to see Gary every year. Every year he forgets about him.
Pretty much.
Elvis Witt, thank you for following. We appreciate that very much so.
Thank you. And KD, can you hear us and talk to us? Because I see a non-video participant.
That's a
I'll
no.
take that as a no.
All right.
All right, guys. So, yeah. So you try your best. But these wounds are pretty bad. Like this guy, he needs to get to a place and rest and
Sure.
and
Does he
time to
look
recuperate.
safe to travel? Like that was kind of what I wanted to find out. Like can we walk with him?
As Kim, it seems like it's going to be difficult and he might need help. But
Okay.
I'll look at him and say, "You said your name was Zane."
Yes.
I'll make it a point to be able to travel. Pay no mind
Okay.
if I start screeching or hollering or anything.
What's your name?
They call me Hound, and her name is. I look at her for like if she's gonna say anything, and she's like,
Just
she's
shakes
like,
her head.
she's like, and I go, kitten.
She sort of gives you enough of a kick so you can feel it, but not enough to actually hurt you because she knows you're really feeling pretty bad here today.
All right.
But you guys are able to get him up and
Okay, yeah, we'll
and
help him
walk.
to his feet, and we'll take it as slow as you need to. And Solace is not too far from here. What about a day's travel?
even sooner than that. You're
Okay.
probably a few hours still.
Oh, that's
So the good
really
news
close.
is that the staff brought you pretty close.
That's cool. Okay. I want to say thank you very much. We really appreciate this. What you're doing.
You're welcome.
Elvin.
Yes.
Not pure blood though. No offense, I could send you. You got some growth.
He's pure blood. He doesn't have any.
Yes.
Oh, it's pure blood. They're pure bloods.
Yep.
I've obviously my sight is not what it should be because I've been beaten so badly.
Yeah, a
understand.
weird
I
weird side
understand how
effect.
Growth?
Even
weird
better. And I'm the hound. Oh, Raggy, you have a roof on
A
your
weird
face.
side effect from your wounds that you see growth, son, people.
Okay, let's back that up. You're pure blood elves. What are you? No offense, but aren't you supposed to be hiding in the woods or something?
Anytime you start with no offense.
Right? You know there's an insult coming.
It's the I don't mean this in a bad way, but
Right?
I'm
That's
totally not a racist, but
Right. A friend of mine told me.
right.
I don't believe it. I just want your take on it.
So Zane will look at Zarek, and the two will kind of confer. We've been traveling for quite a long time. We made our home in Solace, right? That's where where Flint lives. Okay, we made our home in Solace. We could take you there, and you'll be safe from whatever is following you.
Thank you.
All I ask is that you share your tale, share your story of what a plainsman is doing on the road in the condition you are as we're traveling.
Of course. Brigands in the woods with stone clubs came upon
So-
us.
Did you drive them off, or did they just run away?
Well, they had us and stripped me of all of my belongings, and when they were preoccupied with my gear, we slipped away into the forest. Which you can probably tell is complete bullshit because I'm
Yeah,
not
you
slipping.
know for a
I'm not
fact.
slipping
Yeah.
away from
I'm not even
shit.
making you roll. This
Right,
yeah.
right. No, yeah, okay, good. I'm gonna.
Welcome
Like-
back.
Sorry if that screwed you up.
Welcome back. Yes, it did, but
Sorry.
I'll fix it right now.
So,
It's my MO.
Right?
My internet has to go out at least once per stream.
Yeah. Otherwise,
otherwise it's not.
It's not
a
too
stream.
bad. It's only there's only 2 that are messed up, so it's not too bad.
So Zane will look to Zarek, and even though the two are well aware that the story is in fact bullshit, they will agree to travel with him on the road.
you
And
can
bring
tell
up
that they're
the
both very shaken up.
Right. Yeah, we'll help them. We'll help them towards the. We'll help them towards Solace.
All right.
Do
You
you
guys
expect-
travel
Do they
for about
expect
an
the-
hour.
Go ahead.
Sorry,
sorry.
go ahead, Jay.
No, I was just going to ask if I was going to kind of beg the question of, do we think these brigands are going to come back? Should we be prepared for a fight?
No, I think that they were satisfied with my belongings. I think we should be fine.
Very well.
You also can't help but notice that
And I got
the
it.
woman he's with, while doesn't have a lot, she's clearly
Right. She's not. She doesn't look nearly as beaten or robbed as he does.
she looks fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Um,
And Swift Fox is actually going to look at Zane as he's talking, and he's kind of going to give that, the look people give people when they're like, I know this is bullshit, and you kind of like you lower your head and you look at him a little bit like, just help a brother out kind of thing.
And
sort of.
and Zane will return that in with a very very like, okay. Like, yes, I know you're full of shit, but let's go.
so you guys continue on, and about an hour into your journey, there's 3 goblins standing in the road. They were talking to a group of people, travelers, normal looking travelers, and didn't get rough, and they let them go, but there was definitely a conversation, and they're standing, and they're blocked the road. There's like, roadblocks, in between. So you have to sort of filter through to get to them without going off road.
Okay. Adam, quick question.
Yep.
My appearance is extremely startling, right? Like
Yes.
okay, great.
Yeah.
So
I didn't
while
even
we're-
think about that.
Yeah.
while we're in the distance, I'm gonna cast Disguise Self
Okay.
to make myself look like a much more common elf.
Okay.
Because I probably would have talked some sort of shit about a metallic elf.
Yeah.
In a
You
polite
noticed-
way.
You noticed a growth, but not
Yeah, but not the fact that his skin's so
the
like,
gold skin.
gold skin,
that
yeah.
somehow slipped past your
A
Your-
growth that's not actually there.
yeah. And you were
Very distracting growth.
and you yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
It's
like
starting
somebody got,
to
like, a
clear
real big
up,
mole.
though.
Yeah.
The further we go on, my vision's getting better. Yeah.
So do you guys approach them? They clearly see you in the
We
room.
don't really have another choice, right? The road.
Right, we
kind
have.
of goes
That's
that
You
way.
gotta go.
go.
You kind of have to go through them unless you want to go
Yeah.
around into the.
I'll
the
look
wood.
at the two elves and I go, is this common in Solace goblins? That is, I mean,
It's not.
Yeah.
It's about as common
Yeah.
as a plainsman on the road.
so. Okay, fair enough. All right, I'm gonna follow. We'll follow your lead.
All right. So you guys walk up. One goblin is clearly the leader of the group. Steps up ahead of the others and says, looks right at Zane and looks at his staff and says, "That looks like a blue crystal staff." And he turns to the others. "Doesn't that look like a blue crystal staff?" The other guys, I don't really know what a blue crystal. I mean, yeah, sure, boss. Yeah. And the goblin walks up toward you guys and says, "We'll be taking that staff."
Zarek will start laughing.
I'll pull Goldmoon a little bit closer to me, and I'm gonna try and whisper to him like, "This is gonna get ugly."
Zarek just gonna start laughing.
So Adam, quick question: is the crystal orb on the top blue? Like
No,
that?
it's white.
Okay, gotcha. That's what I thought.
They're goblins. What do you want?
Right.
They're not known for their brains.
Well, I don't think you are going to take my staff.
He kind of looks a little taken aback by that. Well, we have to take your staff. That's why we're here. We're looking for the blue crystal staff.
As you can see, the crystal on my staff is in fact not blue.
One moment. He goes back to the other two, and you hear them. Comes back up. We'd still like to take that staff.
Yeah, Zarek's gonna keep laughing and pull up his sword and be like, "All right, let's just be cool. I can slice through all three of you. How about you just let us pass? That's not the blue crystal staff."
One moment, please. Goes back to the others.
Are they speaking Goblin?
Yes.
Yeah.
What are they saying?
They're saying, "I don't really understand what's happening here, but that big dude's got a sword, and the other one's kind of freaking me out a little bit, and I can't tell if it's blue. You know, I'm not used to being out in the sunlight like this. It's a little bit difficult." The other guy's like, "Well, I don't really know. Nobody really gave us a description of what this thing looks like. It's a staff. Maybe we should take the staff. I don't know that we want to get involved with these guys."
So
And it goes on.
I'm going to shout out over to them and be like, "This is not the blue crystal staff in Goblin." I'm going to say this.
They all turn. The boss collects himself a little bit, walks up and says, "Upon further review, it appears that this is not the staff we are in fact looking for. You may pass." And then the other guy behind, "No slicing, no slicing, no slicing." And they give you a wide berth and give you access to the road.
And we continue upon our merry way.
All right. We now cut to a grassy hill near a road to the south, going south. Gorel, why don't you tell people what you look like?
Oh. Well, Gorel is 6'5", 250. A lot of muscle. Only hair you see is his long braided beard. Pretty dusty. He's got chainmail covering his head, down his shoulders. Two almost gauntlet type chainmail on his forearms, and then just studded leather everywhere else. And the biggest thing about him is his warhammer. just kind of carries it casually. His warhammer in his left hand.
All right. And you were walking with a dwarf, Flint Fireforge, who's got gray hair. He's an older dwarf. Like this dude is a strong dude though. Like he's not like a frail old dwarf. And he's got his battle axe strapped to his back. You guys have been traveling for, some time. And at the top of this hill, there's a large rock. And Flint sort of walks over and says, "A moment, please," and sits down, sort of looks out at the valley below. You can see from the outcropping that the valley is, still very peaceful and untouched. There's dense forests of pine that, carpet the mountainsides. The mountains, who are, deep blue in the distance, circle the valley floor and form a soft highland bowl. And it's a wonder to you guys, especially because of all the travels that you've been through, that there are any beautiful places left in the world, especially after the cataclysm 300 years ago changed the entire landscape. Before then, the days were calm and, nothing nothing was unexpected happened. Now the world, it's changed. It's taught two great lessons. First, no beauty, not even that in this valley, is safe. All the riches of the past could not protect those ancient people. Gold now has no value in the world. It's too soft for swords and armor, so steel is the most valued metal of all. Secondly, no magic lasts forever. So true clerics cannot be found, nor have clerics with miraculous powers been known to exist since the time of the cataclysm, again, about 300 years ago. 5 years ago, you and your friends parted for your own reasons, but in part were to search for a true cleric, some sign of the true gods. So tonight, you guys are going to meet your friends on the road, at the inn of the last home, and you're on the road and you've been traveling, for a while. And then, like I said, Flint stops, sort of leans up, half sitting, half leaning on the stone, gives you like a little sideways glance, and he says, "I know what you're thinking. It's not because I'm old. I don't need a rest. Just want to take it in for a moment."
Yeah, I put my hammer down and I kind of lean on the handle and look at him and I'm like, "Never said you were old. I know you're old."
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for.
Gurel likes to joke around a lot. He's actually a young guy. He's actually like in his early 20s. So he's kind of like got that personality, like everything's a joke until it's not.
Yeah, and you can tell even this grumpy old dwarf, you can tell, most people probably wouldn't notice because of the thick beards, but you can tell there's a little bit of a smirk there.
Right.
Curlathlon. Did I get that right? You're muted.
You're muted.
You're still there.
Yes, I got it. Thank you.
Curlathlon.
Curlathlon, yes, absolutely. You got it right there.
Curly Flan.
Curly Flan. You have secretly been tracking these two for about an hour. Just because you can.
Right, exactly. Yes.
Like it's so, it's, and you knew where they were coming. So now you see the two of them stop and, take a rest here by this, stone just at the top of the hill, near the road that heads down to Solace.
So yeah, I kind of just pop out there and so Just waiting here. We're not just gonna go on into Solace here.
How long have you been back there?
No, a while. It's whatever.
Did you know he was back there? I look at Flint. Do you know he's back there?
He gives Curly. Is that your nickname to these guys?
Possibly.
I think that Flint
I don't know. Camchan, you tell me. Yeah.
Flint definitely calls you Curly.
I've heard Flint call you Curly. Yes. I probably would do it almost sheepishly because I'm the youngest. Like, hey, Curly.
Now, Curlithlon, why don't you describe yourself?
Curlithlon is a half elf and with black hair and blue, crystal blue eyes, and he wears a kind of weird quilt-like priest robe with a lot of older pieces, very colorful, but then mixed up with some pieces of leather armor, just studded leather armor, arms, shoulder, chest, over this priest robe.
Yeah, so Flint then looks at you and says, of course I knew he was there. I just didn't want to say anything because I know he likes to play his little games.
Of course you did.
Not a game. I was just here. I was waiting for you, and I thought I'd see what you'd do.
Do you like walk up to us?
Yeah, absolutely.
As you walk up to us, I throw my arm around your neck and go, I've missed you. And I squeeze you in tight.
Oh, Gorel, it's good to see you. It's good to see you. It's been such a long time.
Yes.
Dan
You've
Flint,
gotten some leather. That's good on you.
Yes, I occasionally something might poke me, and I figure this is better than just having the claw.
I start poking you with my big finger.
See what I mean? Something might poke me.
Flint gives a big smile, holds out his hand, and says, "Hi, lad. It's good to see you."
I just hug him.
He reluctantly sort of gives you that half hug with the pat,
Yeah.
And I pick up my war and it's like, did you see my hammer? I got a new hammer.
Oh, wow.
Like my hand's like on the back of your neck. Like
Dwarven maid, I'll add.
It's true. Oh, I should tell you about the adventure of the hammer.
There's an adventure with the hammer? This is even better. I love it. Please, tell me.
At that point, you hear rustling through the bushes. You hear sort of what sounds like kind of like horse hooves, but not nearly as loud. And sort of from around the bushes, you see this yellowish, fat, pig-faced hobgoblin riding a pony. And behind him,
pony.
Behind him are a few hobgoblins and a couple of goblins, all with weapons drawn. And the goblin on the pony rides up a little bit. Now, there's still a pretty wide berth in between you guys and them. And he says, "Who goes there?"
I look over at Flint, and I look over at Curly. I was like, "It's just us. We're just walking by."
"I don't know you."
"Well, we don't know you."
And he looks a little almost upset by that. And says, "I am Viewmaster Toad."
Toad? You mean like?
Yeah, like the frog. Okay, I get that a lot, but that's just my name. My name is. I'm not gonna have this conversation with you.
Okay.
We're looking for a blue crystal staff. Do you have it?
And I shove my hammer in his face. I got a hammer. I should tell you the story of the hammer.
I don't want to hear the story of the hammer.
Oh, it's a glorious story.
He turns to the others behind him and says, check them for the staff. If they don't have it, kill them. If they have it, kill them. He rides off on his
All
pony.
right.
Good way to ensure compliance, I guess.
Yes. And you guys are going to have to roll
What
initiative.
the hell?
All right.
Okay, here we go.
If they
Right
have
into
it, kill them.
Let's see. There we go.
Great.
So you see where, when this map comes up, you see where Flint is, right?
Oh, yeah.
So drop your tokens over near him. Oh, wait, I have to put the initiative tracker on here, too. Here, roll
Paul
again, and then I'll
Jackson,
change
thank
your
you
thing
for
here.
following. We
What do you mean
appreciate
roll
it,
again? I
sir.
got a 19. Come on.
We're gonna give you the 19. I'm not gonna make you. I'm not that mean. You can keep your 19. Just click on your guy and roll it. You got to.
I don't know. We started the episode with my character getting stoned, so, and I don't mean in a good way.
You know, it'd be good if I remembered how to actually put my token on here.
Yeah, I'm not
You just take your go to the little journal thing on the top.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go down to your
Oh,
guy
right.
and just hold the left button on the name and slide him over.
Drag and drop is the technical term.
Oh,
And now-
yeah, I'm in there.
You should have, Kemchen, you should have the ability to move Flint. Do you?
Yes, I do.
All right, cool. And you guys can move your tokens, I hope.
Yep.
Yep, I can move.
All right, so this dude right here is Viewmaster Toad. I don't know how to make him bigger. I just go like this.
There you
Oh,
go.
Jesus. Oh, no. Make him smaller again.
Please make it smaller. What is that?
So that's Toad. He rides away. Oops, I'm gonna move him. He rides off in the distance. He's gone. Leaving these dudes here. We got a couple of goblins. We have 3 hobgoblins and another guy in the background there.
Okay. Oh, forgot to roll.
So click on your token and then roll the initiative button. And Flint will go on your turn, Kemchan. So click
Which
on your
one's-
token.
Yeah. Which one's the initiative? The green?
The thing that says initiative at the top and on your character sheet.
Oh, on my sheet. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. You
It's
got a
in between
19
your
right?
armor class and your speed,
Yeah, 19.
and just click on the name initiative, and it'll do it.
Gotcha. Initiative. Shit, where is it? I don't see it.
You see where it says armor class? Looks like a little shield.
Got it.
Yeah, right next to that.
Nothing's happening.
There
Oh,
we go.
yeah.
It's just on
There
delay.
All right.
Which
Oof.
surprisingly isn't much better than your first roll.
Yeah, I
know, right? Surprising.
But it still is. I mean, it really doesn't matter. They're still going to go in front of you. And like I said, Flint will go on your turn, and you're gonna move Flint too. You have access to his character sheet. Just open that up so you
Yep.
can use that as well. Okay, so Curly, you're up first.
Right. So this, the water here is, do I have to go slower or going through water?
No, it's a
I
little
don't
just a
remember
stream. You
this.
can move through it without penalty.
Okay. I can't actually get to them.
Thanks
within
again,
one
Larry.
move. Anyway, so these are 5-foot squares.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And the road to Solace, you see this little path here that winds around the bush here. That leads you to Solace.
All All right. Well, I'm just going to, since I can't actually get to any of them and attack, I'm just going to go ahead and double move, which will get me to. Over here.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So you're going to go into that tree?
Yep.
All right. Their turns. None of them look thrilled about having to do this, by the way, because you guys are clearly pretty heavily armed. These three guys are going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. They're going to make a move toward them. This guy is going to move up toward you, and these goblins are going to kind of just hang out there and see how things happen. The guy over here is going to attack you. And I don't know why this is telling me to create an NPC when it's already created, but anyway, he's got a great sword. It's like so great. It's the greatest sword. I'm assuming a 13 misses you. 13.
Yeah, that would miss me.
Yeah, I figured. All right. So yeah, he just takes his sword, swings it. You just definitely step aside from the swing, and that's all they're going to do right now because they can't get to the other guys.
All right.
Gorell and Flint.
All right. All right. So Gorell takes his hammer and starts charging and screaming, fight, yes! And just swings with his left hand at that first the first goblin there.
Yeah,
all right,
move
so
your token. And guys, we will have our own custom-made tokens, but we don't have them yet. So this is just what I found earlier today when I realized we didn't have tokens.
Right. And using my warhammer.
All right.
What is it? What am I using?
In the center
strength?
of. Yeah, this is why we had to record the Marvel game, guys. So MChan could figure out Roll20.
Yeah.
On the character sheet in the center, you'll see your weapons.
Got it.
If you click on the Warhammer, it'll magically do the rest for you. There you go. So a 12 will miss.
That misses, really? Ooh.
Really? But I have an action surge.
All right. You're going to use it now? Sure.
I mean, yeah, why not?
Sure, why not?
Do it.
Another 12.
Damn it.
This hammer, you're still getting used to it. It's a new hammer.
It's a new hammer.
You know what it is. You haven't told the story of the hammer.
Yeah,
that's
and they're so mad that you're using the hammer before having told the story of it.
It'll be so much better once you do.
Yeah. All right, now you can move Flint as well. And
Flint's got my back. He comes up right next to me. And he's using his two-handed battle axe.
All right. That hits.
There we go.
And drops this guy. Oops, we'll just put no, that's really small. We'll put the big X here. There we go.
There we go.
All right.
I can see Flint coming up and saying, "Stop playing around."
Basically, yeah.
He sounds a little bit like Mr. T. I'm playing around, fool.
A pity fool keeps playing around.
Arthur Washburn, thank you for following. We appreciate it.
Next time you get hit by that warhammer. All right.
No, enough of this jibber jabber. Let's just deal with these goblins already.
All right, Curly, you're up.
Okay, well, I guess I'm going to be attacking this guy who's coming at me. And Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah. So you take.
Oh wait, what? Why is it giving me the sneak one? No, it's just
Yeah, we don't eat it. Oh yeah. So you still. So the 8 is your normal roll.
Yeah, ignore the 10 for
All right.
the sneak.
It's just
Sorry about that.
just pre-programmed in, so you don't have to worry about it.
I realized I didn't uncheck it.
That's fine. Doesn't matter. Just remind me that because I was going to give you the full 18. So remind me that.
Just 8.
Yeah. So you all of us, like, if you guys are paying attention, like, this is a nice sword that Curly pulls out of his sheath.
That's right. You all haven't seen this before.
Thank
So
you for following. We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
And he just slices right across the stomach of this guy, and he's not looking great. Anything else you got there, Curly?
No, that's it for me.
All right, it's their turn.
Uh-oh.
These goblins, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, they're off the map. They're gone.
Nice.
They didn't like the sound of this. These two are going to move and attack. The guy on top is going to attack Gorel with a great sword. 21, I'm assuming, hits.
Yep.
For 12.
Yikes.
Why it says
Right off the
piercing
bat.
for a great sword, I'll never know. Roll 20 if you'd like to be a sponsor. We'd love to have you. The other one misses Flint, just goes right over his head. But yeah, that guy. Oh, you know why? This guy is he looks like a captain. And then this guy is going to attack Flint. That's the wrong guy. There we go. And misses. He's a little nervous too now, so he's not. He's kind of like backing away as he's swinging that great sword at you. And now it is Gorel and Flint.
All right. Gorel laughs. He's like, "All right, Flint, you got." And I come overhead with the war hammer on top of this guy that's attacking me. Here we go. Damn it!
Wow, yeah, you're having a tough time with this.
I'm having a hard time with this hammer.
Yeah.
You got to tell that story, man. Tell it quick.
No one's gonna want to hear the story after this.
All right.
This is terrible. Yeah,
I think you need a new hammer.
Yeah, you swing the hammer.
Maybe it's too heavy.
This is a big.
I can't handle it.
Yeah, this hobgoblin is a big guy. He's not nearly the size of you, but he's bigger than the others. You swing that, he takes his greatsword and just parries it just enough, and you could tell like it used all of his strength just so that didn't hit him, but it was just enough to make it go a little bit wide. Oh, and I lost our goblins, but we know they go in between the two of you. All right, Flint.
And then Flint, yeah, he attacks the other guy. He's his battle axe, two-handed battle axe. What did he do on there?
And misses.
Missed. Okay.
Yeah, so swings. The guy jumps out of the way just a little bit, just enough. And Curly, you're up.
Okay, I swing my fancy sword again. 14 enough to hit.
That hits and that kills him.
Okay.
You want to move or are you going to stay where you are?
Yeah, no, I'll go ahead and move. 1, 2.
Okay.
Okay.
Now it's their turn. He's still focused on the big guy, so he's going to attack Gorel again. And hits.
Damn.
Oof.
Wow, for 14.
Jeez.
Yikes.
That takes me down real low.
And that's it for him. And
You're
then the
supposed to hit these guys is why. See, you know.
Oh,
Yeah,
we were
no,
just trying
yeah.
to like
Yeah.
come close.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
I mean, we talked our way out of it, so
Yeah, you guys avoided a fight.
No, we can do that too. Come on. What's the problem?
So the hobgoblin is going to attack Flint.
Ooh.
And geez, Flint. Yeah, Flint is obviously you haven't learned everything that Flint could teach because
he's dodging and weaving.
Yeah.
He's ducking.
All right.
right.
Curly.
All
That's
right,
all that's left of them. There's only 2 of them left.
Yep. Suddenly my character sheet seems to have disappeared. There it is. Okay. Found
Roll
it.
20 if you'd like to be a sponsor.
All right. Using my shiny sword again.
All right. That
Oh
hits
yeah, I
him.
think that'll work.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now you guys definitely notice this sword. Like he didn't have this sword when you guys knew him as a kid. Like
No,
it's a short sword, but this is like a beautiful sword.
Okay.
Yeah, and just slices right through the back of this guy. Like, and now you've got his attention. But now it's their turn. So I'm gonna roll a d4. Odds he goes after Curly, and evens he goes after Gorell. He hates Gorell.
He sure does.
He does.
Anything happen?
Yeah, it's just taking its time.
Yeah.
Joseph Angel, thank you for following us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, Joseph Angel. Coming soon to Fox.
It does. It sounds like a detective show, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
like that's a great name for a show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, the first either attack he would have missed you anyway. So finally, like he comes at you now. Now he's a little distracted, but he turns back to you.
Right.
Goes. You just hold up that warhammer and knock that sword away. Now you're feeling a little bit better about things because your friend is here to help you.
I'm just going to point out at this point in time, remember how you guys all shot down flanking? You'd be getting that bonus right now to attack that guy.
Right.
The other guy hits Flint.
Oh.
AJ Nutter, thank you for
7
following. We
points
appreciate
of
it.
damage.
For
I'll
7?
list his hit points there. I got it. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's it for them. They're still not looking super confident. And it is Curly's Gorell's turn.
Gorell's turn, yeah. Coming back with the Warhammer. Try it one more time.
It's only a matter of time.
There it is.
Go. There we go.
Okay,
Now
now
hit
what
the-
you want to do is just click on where it says Warhammer right underneath where it shows what you rolled, and it'll roll the damage. There you go.
Yeah.
12.
Nice.
Boom.
All right, yeah,
Nice.
that one you take a swing and you nail it like right in his midsection, like, and he just bounces back. Like Curly has to take a step back so this guy doesn't crash into him. And he's really angry now, but he's not looking nearly as good as he did earlier.
Gorell's like all having. Ha! I
He's
hit
still
him!
alive?
And then he is still alive. Flint says, "It's about time," and then
Yeah.
and now it's his turn.
All right. Relax.
Oh, now he missed. This is what you get for hubris, Flint. Curlithlan, you're up.
Right. I guess I will try to take care of this guy who is still in front of me here.
That misses. Yeah, so he's
Oh.
what? Yeah, as he's doubling over, like he looks up and sees you coming at him with his sword. Just gets his sword up to parry in time, and he is okay. So now it is their turn again. Odds, Curly, evens, Gorell. Now he's going after.
Oh,
He's
all right.
He's had enough of your shit, there, Curly. All right, great sword swings at you, and that'll miss.
Oh.
Yeah, you kind of like smirk a little as it just dodges out of the way. And then the other hobgoblin is going to attack Flint. And one day, there it goes. 6, yeah. So Flint again parries that great sword, and he is fine. And now it is Curly's turn.
No.
All right. Wait, no, it's
it's Gorell's turn.
Gorell's
Whatever.
turn.
I never want you to go, Kemchan. That's
you
really.
really don't.
I was kind of
Mike
hoping
Fennell,
to.
I'll never
following
master
us,
this
Mike.
hammer if I can't keep using it. Man.
Yeah, you keep telling yourself that. You got this. You got this, Gorel.
Practice. And you miss again. Yeah, he
Damn
parries
it.
this one.
He's just trying to avoid you having a turn until you can tell the story.
Yeah.
Oh my.
All right, Flint. Flint has not hit this dude yet either, by the way.
Oh, that's right.
He killed the first guy, then hasn't hit anything since.
He's too busy. He's too
There you
busy
go.
chastising.
There you go.
Gorel.
He's still up, but that one hurt. Yeah, that one just cuts right into his flank. Speaking of flanking, he lets out like a little girlish, which is weird for a hobgoblin fighter. But who am I to judge? Curly, you're up.
Right.
There you go.
I think that one will hit. Yes.
He's down.
Yeah.
He's down, right?
Nope.
Ah!
Really? Wow.
Yeah, you sort of like hack in, you like right into his leg, and he sort of like drops down to one knee for a second, but then gives you like this look like, I'd love to say that I'm going to kill you, but it's probably going to be the other way around. And he stands up anyway, though. He's still up.
But I got to respect that. That's that was impressive.
You guys, you know what? In different circumstances, you might be good friends.
We might be.
No.
All right, now it is their turn. He's going to attack Curly. I'm not even going to roll this time. Because obviously the big dude is what they thought was the biggest threat. No issue whatsoever.
Not so
He
much.
couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. The first one is what we're using here. I rolled it twice.
Oh, dear.
23
Yeah, I think that'll hit me.
for how many points? Come on, roll 20. 8
Oh,
slashing,
okay.
not piercing. But anyway, 8 points to you. And then his hobgoblin friend is going to attack Flint again and miss. Flint is very good at defense. Not so
Flint's
great
good.
at attack. And it is Gorell's turn.
All right, here we go again. 14.
That misses the big guy. You're attacking the big guy, right?
Yep.
It's close though. It's really close.
Did I like nudge him?
No,
No,
I mean, it's not
I
that
didn't.
close. I'm just trying to make you feel better.
Thanks. It almost worked.
All right, Flint.
All right, Flint. I keep forgetting I'm doing Flint too. All right.
That hits, and he kills, just takes down this guy. So Flint basically takes the butt of his war axe, hits the guy in the stomach, so he bends over, takes him, and just lops the head off. He's had enough of his shit.
Now that's how you do it.
Yeah. All right, and it is Curly's turn.
Seriously, I've had enough of this guy's shit. Come on. Oh, God. Apparently, I have not had
Shapan
enough of this,
Hassan,
this
thank
guy's
you
shit.
for following. We appreciate it, Shapan.
Thank you. Yeah, you go for the swing again. He parries with that great sword. He's still staring you down, and he's going to go after you again.
All right.
And that hits,
Ouch.
I imagine, 23
Yeah, it
Ouch.
does.
for 6 piercing.
No,
He's
seriously,
he's a
I'm
little
hurting
winded
now.
here, though. He's not attacking with the fervor that he was earlier on. And it is Gorell's turn.
Well,
Now I see why Toad rode away.
He did, yeah.
right?
By the way,
God
you would have
damn
kicked
it.
Toad's ass. I can tell you that. That I can tell you.
Oh, girls just getting more and more frustrated. Every
Wow,
swing.
another 12.
Another 12.
Yeah.
All 12s.
Now Flint's turn. You can move Flint to get him.
But yeah. We're join up here. Where am I? Here we go. Oh,
You rolled initiative for him.
That's not what I wanted.
Yeah. Flint decides that he wants to go on a different turn because he's embarrassed to be closely associated.
He's tired of being associated with Gorel.
He is done with this guy.
Yeah, so he comes up and misses. This guy is in a bad position here. But anyway, Curliflon, it's your turn.
All right, come on.
Finish him off.
Let's go. Come on. There we go.
Nope.
14 is not enough.
14 is not enough. It would have been enough to kill him with that damage, but like a couple of times, but it's not enough. He is going to, I'm going to roll a 6-sider. 1 to 2 is Curly. 3 to 4 is Flint. 5 to 6 is Gorel.
You know it's going to be a 5 or 6.
It's going to be 2.
Oh, hey.
Going after Curly again.
Come on, let's go.
Curly had just done a crap load of damage to him, though, so. 15?
Yes, 15 is what he needs.
Oof. 11 piercing.
Oh,
Yikes.
my God. Okay, I'm not doing well at all now.
That one hurt. Yeah, he's like you can see that this guy is just mad with pain and anger, and he doesn't even know what's going on anymore, but he's just swinging wildly and catches you just at the wrong side, because you've been like checking out like his battle maneuvers, and you think you got this guy figured out, but now he's just swinging wildly, so you're expecting him to go one way, he goes the other and just catches you right on the shoulder.
I was not prepared for his berserker rage.
No. Good news is now it's Gorel's turn. Maybe somebody can put you got 3 turns.
Please
guys.
kill him before I die.
3 turns, and he's
God damn it.
You just cursed him so bad. You know that.
He's
right,
got
Evan?
5 hit
Seriously.
points left, guys. 1 hit from
Yeah.
any one of you will kill him.
All right.
Flint.
There it is.
Flint
There it is.
takes
Oh,
the
thank
battle
God,
axe
Flint.
and he looks at Gorel and says, "I told you, I'm not old," and just hacks right through the bad leg, slicing it off. He falls to the ground, and he is dead.
Dun, dun, dun.
And with that, we're going to take a quick break here. So what can they do, Will? Playa?
Well, see, I get tickles me every time you say that. We're gonna go ahead and take a short break. So if you need to get your snackages and your beverages on, and go to the restrooms and all that other good stuff,
You got it backwards again.
No, I get it right.
Snackage isn't a word. So you say beverage first, and then snackage sounds like a cute little play on words. But instead, you start with snackage. We will say, "What's wrong with this guy? Did he have a stroke?"
So go ahead and get your snackages and your beverages on, and use the restroom if you need to.
Did he have a stroke?
We'll be right back in just a moment.
We'll be back.
everybody, we're back.
And we're back. Thanks, ladies.
Hello,
and gentlemen,
hello.
for hanging out here for Wicked Studios presents DragonLance: Dragons of Despair, Part 1. So, you guys just fought yourself a battle with some hobgoblins. The goblins ran away. And that's weird, by the way.
Hobgoblins on the road.
In the road at right here, yeah. Like there's some dangerous roads, especially as you get around the mountains on your way to Haven. But it is very unusual that they would be this close to Solace. Some might say it's cause for concern.
Oh.
Unseasonal hobgoblins near Solace. Okay.
And we're aware of this, like, even though we've been gone for 5 years, we know that this is weird. Or
it was
just
weird
like,
from the last time you were here. How about that?
Okay.
Jason Fabian, thank you for following.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, you guys head down the road toward Solace, and you see
Joe Elliott, thank you for following. We appreciate it.
You see Joe Elliott.
You see Joe Elliott.
Hey,
And
Joe,
you wonder, what's up, Joe?
Joe!
This
Look at
is
this
how
picture
we
of Solace
keep
there.
every single. Like,
I
this
know,
is
right?
how-
I was just thinking that.
like, not insulting the name or whatever. It should just be
That's
like,
just
hey,
Adam.
like, everybody.
That's not. I have a. It's really hard when you're doing that. When it comes across the screen, it's very small. It's hard
I
to
know.
see. I get very nervous because I don't want to screw it up, and I wind up screwing it up even worse.
You know when you're at Ren Fair and you put a tip in the jar and they all like start screaming?
Huzzah!
And, like,
Huzzah!
I want to do that every time we get a follower. Like,
All right, we're going to try it.
Yes, I'm down with that.
actually
Yes.
legit, like I will do it.
Let's do it.
Don't make me the only person doing it.
I'm there with you.
No, I'll do it. I'm going to
Yep.
do it too.
I'm on. Let's do it.
It's huzzah.
All right.
That's great. Yes.
At any rate,
If there's anybody in chat that knows a friend that hasn't followed us yet,
Yeah,
get them
get
to
on
follow.
now.
And
do it because now we finally have a plan.
Can you post the link in something so I can follow? Because I don't think I have.
No, I don't. I can't. 'cause
What, you're gonna huzzah yourself?
That's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
See how it works? First we set up the huzzah. and then we go
KD,
with
that
This
doesn't
whole
count.
thing was just so you could get an huzzah. You know what? Let's huzzah, KD. Huzzah!
Ah,
There you go. Now you got it.
Thank you.
All right. So the three of you, Burrell, Flint, and Curlithlon.
You're getting really good at saying that, by the way.
I'm practicing. Thank you, though. I appreciate the support.
Curliflon. See,
No.
will that player.
Huzzah! So anyway, you guys go and you see the treetop town of Solace.
Yeah.
And the warm autumn breeze rustles the great Valenwood trees around you. The great road that wanders through the trees blazes in the bright colors of autumn. Especially now it's getting towards sunset, so it's beautiful. The richly stained buildings of Solace rest cradled overhead in the boughs of the trees. This is home. First time in 5 years you guys have seen it. And as you continue down the road, you see the Inn of the Last Home, and it rests cradled in the high boughs of a Valenwood tree, as do all the buildings here. Warm laughter rumbles from the inn. The worn steps wind around the heavy trunk up to the familiar carved door. The Inn of the Last Home never changes. The polished wooden bar weaves around several living branches. An old man weaves stories in the corner and delights the crowd gathered about him. Most of them are children, granted, and they're easy to be delighted. The delicate windows of stained glass behind the bar are being polished by Odik Sandoth, the barkeeper. He turns and waves, not necessarily recognizing you right away, but he smiles at you and motions for the barmaid in your direction. The low murmur of voices fills the inn. The bartender turns thoughtfully to polish the glasses. At a far table near the storyteller, a man and a woman sit together and speak quietly. Those of you watching at home would recognize them as Swift Fox. I was called you Swift Wind.
That's my
Close
cousin.
enough.
Yeah, he lives outside of town.
That's
As
the
you can
horse from
understand
She-Ra.
why.
And
That's the horse
Wolfmoon.
from She-Ra. You just
Is
named
it?
it.
Nice.
Yeah, Swift Wind.
Is it? Wow.
Flying horse from She-Ra. Yeah.
It sounds like the guy who farts a lot.
Or I think the horse does fart a lot.
Like quickly,
actually.
like rapid fire.
Yes, very quickly.
So the two of you are sitting in a table very close to the storyteller near the fire. Another man stands near the storyteller while the small boy stares thoughtfully into the fire. The barmaid steps toward you, smiles, and shows you to a table. There's something familiar about her. And then you realize this is that awkward 14-year-old girl who was there, who Odik took in and has been working as a barkeep since she was a teenager. Now she's got, beautiful curly red hair. She looks almost completely different. Like she's a woman now. You wouldn't have recognized her. The half elf, Kurlithlan, sort of is really the only one who sort of, thinks, because he really hasn't changed all that much in the 5 years. But, it makes you really think how much now, as you look at your friends Gorel and Flint, how much they've changed as well. Especially your giant buddy over here, who was always, tall and big, but now he's even taller and bigger.
He was a man-child before.
Yes. And now he's
a
all
man.
As she walks over, you hear Gorel go, and that's how I got the hammer.
Wow. Okay.
See?
That hammer's amazing.
See?
Absolutely.
I just got to learn to use it better. That's all.
Yeah.
Tika, you got to hear this story about the hammer.
She laughs and says, "Look, there's a table waiting right for you." And she weaves you through the crowd up against the tree, in the center of this, or sort of the side of this building, where it's still exposed. Like there's obviously walls around it, but that they keep the tree exposed. It's very similar to how the elves sort of build their buildings, around and within nature. And it's probably one of the things that made the twins comfortable living here for the time that they did. So, and speaking of the twins, you see them sitting at this table with 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seats. At this table. Well, you see a familiar face. You see Zarek sitting at the table talking to a red-robed figure at the table. And
I have.
At that point, go ahead.
I still have disguised self up, so I look like
what do
my
you
old.
look like?
I look like what I used to look before I left.
Got it. All right. So I take that back. You see a red robe figure who then, as you get closer, notice to be Zane.
Zane! Gorel's like all about it.
Gorel!
How have you been? And I grab
That's a
them
nice
both.
hammer. How'd you get that?
Oh, dude! Wait till you hear this story.
It's a great story.
And I sit and I point over at the bartender and I go, round, right here.
Tika's already on her way back to the bar to get round of ales for you guys. She's made the assumption that you also want some of Odic's famous spiced potatoes.
Always.
Who doesn't?
Which are a mainstay here at the Inn of the Last Home.
Okay.
Everyone's a real fan of the spiced potatoes. We need a moment of silence.
We just got one.
Spiced potatoes. Ready? Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Do you guys didn't hear the announcement? We just got one that came in.
Oh no!
Kiefer.
Huzzah,
Huzzah.
Kiefer!
Huzzah!
Oh wait, we weren't cheering for spiced potatoes.
No,
Yeah.
you were, but I was
That's
trying to
you.
say you missed it. And anyway, hey, thanks for following. We appreciate it. We were supposed to all say huzzah for you, but
Yeah, we fucked that up. I'm
It
sorry.
was only the first one. We'll try it. We'll do it again for the next one.
if
This
I
is
do
new for us.
this, that means huzzah.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Gotcha.
Oh, and I take it back. There were
I
six
thought you were
chairs.
just.
There
I
were
thought
six
you were
chairs.
just fighting off a bee or something.
No, it's my hot flashes. Oh, I got the vapors. The vapors.
All right.
Will has the vapors. Good to know.
Okay.
You guys now have seen your friends for the first time in 5 years.
What's up,
And
friends?
go.
Go. I plop down my hammer in the middle of the table. So
I gotta hear this story.
you got to hear about this, and as soon as the beer comes, I just grab the flag and I just start chugging it down. Immediately, you realize Gorell didn't used to drink like this, but now he does. And
Derek is
Flint,
not going to notice that. Derek is going to be so enthralled with your hammer story. probably.
Well, you were underaged last
yeah,
time. weren't you?
before.
Back then,
Not
yeah.
that-
Or yeah, back
Yeah.
then.
Where are we where we have age limits on drinking?
Solace. Police state.
Yeah.
What can I say?
How does that even work? Because like Zane and
Dwarves.
Zarek are 121.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you
You're
made it.
still underage. So
Huzzah!
Hey,
Huzzah!
huzzah!
Dennis Seifert, thank you for following. See, you got it.
We can't see these things. You know that, right, Will?
You guys don't
Yeah,
see
we
him?
could.
No,
No.
we can't see.
No,
You
we
can only
can't.
see because
Where
you're
are
on
you
Twitch.
seeing
Oh, that's
this?
true. Well, you would have to be watching the Twitch channel to see it pop up.
But even then, we're on delay. You're the only one who
I'm
can
the-
see it as it's
That's why I
happening.
do this.
Can you
Now we know.
can
That's
you
the
maybe
sign.
can you
what?
maybe announce it and then we'll all
That would
say-
be a great idea.
Yeah,
Okay,
what if you
I'll
go?
say the name, and then after I say the name, everybody says huzzah.
What if
There
you
you go.
like, hey, so and so, thank you for following us.
And
Huzzah!
then
Huzzah.
huzzah!
There it is. Even better. See? Such smart people.
Team effort.
We need Adam and I need to help, so thank you.
Adam and I.
Yeah, I brought you into it.
Don't drag me into this.
Not too late.
Yeah, so Flint's like, yeah, since he discovered beer, he hasn't been the same, really.
Ah.
He's just like throwing one back. Just
I mean,
This-
ah,
This is actually, it's not 5
it's
year
like
reunion. It's, an
it's like
intervention.
dripping down his beer.
Yeah,
Terrell,
Flint
I'm
actually looks-
glad you're having a good time with this, but maybe we should talk a little bit about what's happened.
Well,
Yes,
and
did
I throw
anybody
my arm
find
around
any-
Flint. Flint and I went to look for the door, the gate to the mountain folk. Tell him, Flint.
James, go forth. Thank you for following.
Huzzah!
There you go. Yeah, see, that was so much better. Thanks,
Perfect.
KD.
Perfect. Said, well, as you know, 5 years ago, I left to go back to my people and then try to find the gates of Thorbarden, the home of the mountain dwarves, and frankly, give them a piece of my mind. Unfortunately, due to factors beyond our control, I was not able to find the gate. We did get to spend some time with my people, which, as you can see, Gorell, he took very easily to their customs.
Signaling for another round.
Tika will run over to the bar and get some more.
Gorell is the
about you
only one
all?
finished with his drink.
What about you? And Kurlathon, you left north with Kitiara. What happened with her? Is she running late?
You know, Kid and I, we kind of split up after a while.
Amir Aziz, thank you for following.
Huzzah!
You notice we're getting less into that huzzah every time.
I was trying to explain how, you know, Kid and I split up, but then I have to be happy. And
I know. It really, a little tough.
But no, you know, she just didn't really want to continue and come back here. I can't really explain it, but I found this, and I slowly draw up my sword and show it my beautiful bright blade, as it's named, and it's from my father's family, and this is something that had I not gone on this trip, I would never have found this up there. I haven't found the real gods, but I might have found a clue to who I am.
Really? Where did you find word of your father?
In Solamnia. Or wait, yes?
Yeah, sure.
Solamnia. Sure.
A lot of holes in your story, Curly.
Let me check my notes. Yes,
you're right.
Solamnia.
Was your father a knight?
That's what I've been told, and now I'm going on the word of this woman, and she said she was my aunt, which great, but I don't know if I should believe her. But she said he was a knight, and he disappeared shortly after I was born. They don't know anything else.
Well, I'm glad you found something, but nothing of the true gods, you say?
No, that's something for me, but not something for you, unfortunately.
No, I'm glad you found at least some word of your true parentage.
But
How about the rest of you?
But
And he
where is
takes a-
Kitiara? Did she leave?
Right,
Like
before
I
you
said,
thought, I was
she's
gonna say that. I was gonna like bang down on the table and be like, "Where is she?"
oh hey.
Yeah, no.
It's all right, man. It's all right. You know, she left. It was, I don't know, soon after. Honestly, it was not even a year after we left, and she just didn't want to stay. She didn't want to continue on, I guess, our quest, you'd call it. I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't tell you where she is. I wish I could.
She didn't say where she was going.
She didn't.
Strange.
So he'll sit back
Yeah.
down.
So at that point, Tika comes back over with another round of drinks and some more food for you guys. And she hands a letter to Zarek. And Zarek, you should see it in your journal now. And she says, I'm sorry I didn't mention this before, but as you can see, it's very busy here. And it really is great to see you all. It's been so long. And of course, Odic says everything is on the house. But Zarek, this note came for you. Shortly before we opened, there were two men that were heavily robed that brought this and said that this was to be delivered to you specifically tonight. And and I said I hadn't seen you in 5 years. They were confident that you would be here, and amazingly here you are. So, and then somebody hears somebody in the background, Tika, oh excuse me, I need to go. And she hurries off to help whoever's calling her.
So does it say anything like who it's from on the note?
No, it's just like a rolled up piece of parchment.
So he'll look to Zane
Mhm.
and then kind of put it in his satchel or something to read later.
Smart.
This might be something you should read now.
You should probably read it now.
A little voice on your.
I already read it, but I feel like you wouldn't have read that now.
Share
Okay.
with the class.
Yeah, I
That's up to
feel
you.
like he would read it later when he's alone, and then relay anything he might have found that would be useful to anybody else to them later.
Okay.
Such a power.
Well,
Anybody ask what the note says?
Gorel will come up after for a breath and go, how would they know you're here already? Starts drinking again.
Zane kind of gets to the vibe that Zarek doesn't want to talk about this right now. So Zane will say, well, in our journey, we were looking for any trace of our father. As you may know from our stories, he's disappeared in the battles, and his unit was lost behind enemy lines. In our travels through the woods to the south, we came closer to our city, but didn't really venture in. And as we got closer, we started to get a feeling that we were headed in the right direction. And after a few weeks of travel through the woods, a tower appeared. The tower drew me in. They gave us room and board and presented me with the tests. This was the Tower of High Sorcery. I'm now officially a wizard, able to use my magic in the open.
Everybody roll a history check except for Zarek and Zane.
I'm assuming.
And Swift Fox, you're not part of this conversation.
Am I just rolling 20? Or just rolling a 20?
No, history. Look on your
It's a skill.
skills.
Skills?
Yeah,
Yeah.
which are right next to your stats, and it is alphabetical. And then you just,
History. There we
click
go.
on the word. Yeah, Zeno.
Yeah, none of
makes
this
sense.
makes any sense to you.
I'm drinking.
Yeah. But
Taking it all in.
Curlithlon, you've been around. I mean, you've heard of the tests of the Tower of High Sorcery for wizards. You don't know much about it, other than that's where wizards sort of get magic is still frowned upon here and looked at as looked down upon, I guess, in most places, because people don't really trust it. But taking the test of the Tower of High Sorcery, especially for someone so young, even at 121 years old, that's pretty young still for an elf, is pretty impressive. Because that it's dangerous. You don't know the specifics of how or why. But also you would notice, let me ask a question. Zane, when you disguise self, did you disguise the colors of your robe?
No.
So he's wearing the red robes, which to be, the wizards that worship the moon.
Lunatari.
Thank you. Was it Nuatari?
Lunatari.
Lunatari.
Nuatari is
Solanari is the white one.
Yeah.
Solanari is the white moon,
Mhm.
and Lunatar. No, what is it?
Lunatari.
Lunatari is.
I mean, I'm just doing this by memory. I don't know, dude.
But
have it
anyway,
written down
that it's that they worship the moon of neutrality.
Yeah, Lunatari is the neutral moon.
All right, thank you.
Um,
Oh, did you get those nice new robes from there? Because they look
I
good
did.
on you. They totally
you.
do. They're like they suit you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You would also know, Curly, that it's weird that an elf, who were basically the first beings created by Paladine, the god of good, and you would know this just based on your background and history anyway. If for all you know, it's made up, but the elves are good creatures and were the first good creatures created by the gods.
Okay.
So the fact that he's not wearing white robes might be a little bit strange.
I see. I don't judge.
Cool,
You be
man.
you, man.
Yeah.
Wait, Gorel looks at him and is like, so what can you do? Can you, like, heal? Because we got into a fight on our way here, and I got cut up a little bit.
That kind of magic is still unknown to most
slams his
people.
fist. You're no good to me, damn it! And he throws back into the beer.
The test in the tower didn't leave me unchanged, though. He looks around kind of subtly, as subtly as he can, pulls the collar up on his robe, and then
Garrick
drops.
Nosiram, thank you for following us.
He pulls up the collar of his robe to kind of hide as much as he can, and drops the disguised self, revealing his golden skin.
Girl spits his beer out. What the hell?
Well, honestly, the robes fit even better now.
Curlathon, have some more potatoes.
Absolutely.
Maybe it's just horrifying to me because it's Florida State colors.
That's fair. So, as we were working our way back here, we came across a pair of travelers in need. We couldn't in good conscience leave them on the side of the road. One of them looked pretty beleaguered. They had been set upon by brigands. He waits for a response.
So
There is none.
while Zane is telling all this story, like Zarek is just kind of like stuffing his face with food, and he's like, and just keeps.
Yeah.
Our friends over there, Hound and Kitty.
Kitten.
Dog?
Hound and Kitten.
My internet was out, so
Yeah, that's the names they gave us that are complete bullshit.
Yeah.
Yes, our friends over there, Hound and Kitten, come from the plains via the road and the forest.
Zarek looks up from his food and he just shakes his head like, as if to say like, this is a bullshit story, but we're going.
Right.
Yeah.
Gorel looks at you over his beer going, yeah, I get it.
Yeah. So we figured we'd help them get here at least, and then figure out what's really up. So let's invite them over to the table and share in our drink and food with them.
Oh, come on over.
And Gorel slams his fist. Absolutely, and he waves them over.
Yes, so Hound, Kitten, please join us.
Oh God, it's cringy. Those names are
They're terrible. It is so
Really bad.
So you can
Gorel
see
goes,
like
"Cat,
you almost
dog,
hope they're
get over
not a
here."
couple because and it's just coincidence.
Oh,
they talk amongst themselves quietly for a second, and then it appears that actually the guy who's beat to all shit is the one convincing the one in the platinum blonde hair that
Yoshi's outside.
we should come. And so then they come over, the lady helping the beat up man, and as they come to the table, thank you. You're offering us to sit at your table.
Yes, join us for a meal and a drink.
If we have no way of repaying you,
Consider it our gift.
and then he like looks at Goldmoon and like shakes his head, like, "See, I told you we could get a free meal out of this." And so they sit down, and Hound, he gets a plate and goes ahead and serves up some potatoes, and then he gives them first. He serves Goldmoon first.
You mean Kitten?
Kitten, yes. He serves Kitten first, and then he serves himself. Thank you very much. I mean, like I had said when we were on the road, those bandits took everything from us. I didn't know what I would do.
Bullshit. Flint says from the corner.
Pardon me.
Girl,
You were
just
not
laughed.
attacked.
Kinda
I mean, you
rude,
might have been
Flint.
attacked by brigands, but you were also attacked by some sort of beast.
When Flint says bullshit, like Zarek looks up and like a little bit of food falls out of his mouth.
I can't move.
Girl's just sitting there with beard dripping.
Oh, you can't move
down his
Goldmoon?
beard.
No, I can't move Goldmoon.
I'll move wherever.
Well, yeah, the bandits did have some.
You're in good company here, son. You can tell us the truth.
He looks at Goldmoon.
I believe you owe us at least that.
Goldmoon
I can.
looks, at the particularly at Zarek and Zane, and then back to you and nods.
I did overhear that, and he's looking at Curly because Curliflon. Did I get it? I did it.
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
Curliflon.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
Will that player?
He looks at Curliflon and he goes,
Oh man.
"If I'm not mistaken, I think I overheard you saying something about that you were looking for the true gods."
Aye. Have you found any sign of them?
I
'Cause that would
found
be
them.
Quite a coincidence.
First of all, I think it's proper introductions are in order. I am Swift Fox, and this is Goldmoon. I traveled. How much of my memories are coming back?
Only what I just
Okay.
not much.
Okay.
Zarek is gonna look to Zane and be like, "Didn't he say his name was Hound?"
That part was bullshit too.
A while back, I had set upon a spirit quest to try and find these true gods. I figured if I was able to, maybe I would be considered then good enough to ask the chief, Goldmoon's father, for a hand in marriage. I'd set out, traveled far and wide, and to tell you the truth, my memory is not quite what it was. But I did find something. I found the gods. At least one of them.
Hey, which one?
She didn't tell me her name.
The tall one.
Oh, okay. All right. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I could understand your questioning my story. I would as well in your situation. But they gave me something. And he looks at Goldmoon. He, go ahead. Just put it on the table. And she...
Whoa, this is not that kind of bar.
She puts All right, everybody, get your iron pieces out. Gonna make it rain up in here. She puts the staff on the table and goes, don't unwrap it. You know that blue staff the goblins are looking for.
You saw goblins too.
Yes. Well, that's not what did this to me. My own people.
No, I
did
know
this to
something
me.
else.
The goblins did this to you?
No, my
A goblin could. He just smacks Gorel up the back of the side of the head.
I have seen its power as well. Kara Chesness, thank you for following. Huzzah! There we go. Doesn't get old. I've seen this power of the staff. When I had came back to my village and I had presented them this gift of the gods, the chief called me a liar, of course, doubted me, much like you're doing right now. They tied me to a tree and began stoning me to death. This is what you see. Gold Moon, my love, and he'll reach out and he'll grab her hand.
Takes it, yeah.
She stepped in front of them to stop the stoning. And she had the staff. And the staff transported us to where you found us, at the side of the road, away from that danger. You say this is Solace? Now, would I know where Solace is at?
Yeah.
My home is.
I mean, it's not that far from. I mean, you would never have been here, but you would have.
But like a day's travel.
More than that, a few days travel, probably 3 or 4 days travel.
Okay.
Across the plains.
It transported us in the blink of an eye, which should take 3 to 4 days to travel here. You can look at it. But no, it is in our charge. The goddess gave it to us until I find out who she is and what she intends for us to do with it. I don't know if I'm no prophet.
Okay, so I'm really interested in what you're saying here, but I'm just not sure how this thing proves there's gods.
Well,
I hate to say it, but I'm with Kurlathlon here. I don't get it either.
Well, the presence of magic that can transport someone across the plains to outside the city is not unheard of. However, in the possession of a plainsman is quite odd.
Wait, are you saying the plainsmen can't be like wizards and do magic and stuff?
They can. It's just very, very rare.
Goldmoon
Okay.
Goldmoon says, yes, I assume it's possible, but we've never had anybody in our tribe, and frankly, and she looks at Zane and then sort of looks down at the table and says, we don't trust magic, but what and then she stops herself and says, but what Swift Fox says is true. Where did you find this thing?
I wish I could remember. All I know is I traveled north, and the only thing else besides the image of the goddess that I remember is Black Death on Black Winged Death. It's almost as if I'm blocking it out. It was nightmares. I don't wish to talk about it.
Adam, can Zane remember anything in his studies about a blue crystal staff being mentioned, or anything
roll a
like
history or an arcana check?
Okie doke.
Whatever one you prefer. Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, no, nothing.
Okay.
Nothing even remotely similar to the story that you.
No problem.
Anyway, and he'll grab the staff and he'll pull it off the table since nobody looked at it, and he'll hand it back to Goldmoon.
I mean, I'd like to look at it, but not right here.
We could, yes, sure.
I mean, this is quite a public place.
I'm at a loss right now because, for one,
we have rooms here, Adam.
No, you've got homes.
Oh, we have homes. Okay, right.
Oh.
Right.
You haven't. You don't.
No, not me, of course. But
at that moment, you hear from the area by the fireplace. This dude here, who is in the robes of a seeker. Now, a seeker are the quote unquote clerics of the new gods. They do not have any clerical abilities. They can't do magic. They can't heal.
Kuldeep Kumar, thank you for
Kuldeep
following.
Kumar, all right.
Huzzah! That's cool. Kuldeep Kumar.
Kuldeep Kumar.
That's a cool name.
Almost as good as Daka Flocka Flame.
Almost.
So the Seekers basically in this area run a lot of the towns and the cities. So they've taken over probably the last almost 100 years. And they're so not only have they, declared that they found new gods once the old gods turned their backs on the people of Kryn, but also they've really risen in political power in this part of the continent. And this guy stands up and he's, walking, stumbling, because this dude is 3 sheets to the wind, man. He's been drinking almost as much as Gorel, but he's a third of the size. And he looks at the the old man, and he's who's in the corner, who's been telling stories to the children, and he yells out, "Blasphemy! That's Don't you talk of the old gods here, old man." And the old man, stands up and says, and he doesn't look perturbed at all, and says, "It's not blasphemy, it's the truth. The stories I tell of Huma, the great knight who vanquished Takesis, the evil god, and Paladine, the god of good, who gave him the power and showed him the way, are all true." That's bullshit, old man. Those are just stories. Nobody believes that. There are new guys here. They're pretty cool, man, because if not, I wouldn't be following them. And he goes over to the old man and he grabs him by the scruff of his robes and starts pulling him, and he says, "Any talk like this will get you arrested, old man, because there's only the new gods now, and the Seekers are the ones that tell you people." And he looks around the bar, and as he does at this point to make a show, he stumbles backward into the fireplace.
Ooh.
Oh dear.
Lights himself on fire. The old man moves over to your table a little bit quicker than you would, surprisingly quick for an old dude, because this guy's old, right? And he says, "Quick, the staff."
And I'm just looking at him like, maybe you should roll him around instead.
And this guy's on fire, and he's screaming in pain. I mean, his skin is starting to melt and blister.
Swift Fox grabs it and hands him the staff.
The old man takes the staff, immediately hands it right to Zarek, and says, "Quick, with this, knock him down so we can put out the fire."
So while this is all happening, while they're fighting, right? This old guy and the Seeker, Zarek pulls out his sword, and then he sees him fall into the fire, and he sits down. He's like, "Oh, I don't need this. All right."
So now the old man is holding this, still covered, but staff at you, and telling him to knock the guy down so you can put out the fire.
Gorel gets up to just throw him down on the ground and start rolling and then around on the floor. He's like not even like waiting for any for.
So you're going to push past the people.
Yep. So I push right past them.
You're going to take
quick thinking, Adam. Come on.
2d6 points of fire. Well, 1d6 because it's not that far. Of fire damage. That's
1d6.
Oh, and you get to 6.
6
Oh.
points of
So he catches on fire now too.
Yep.
Great.
So Gorel's on fire?
So, well, it's sort of caught onto his shirt.
I'm casting Prestidigitation and putting the fire out on Gorel before it gets
With Prestidigitation, put out the fire.
It says you can ignite or snuff a small flame.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. Yeah, so you can
Like
put it out on him. This other guy is
Gorel.
now, he's like running around the room now.
No. I got him down. And I'm like rolling.
You didn't get him down. You got.
I didn't. Oh,
you got.
geez.
If Zarek's not
That's what I'm
going
trying
to,
to
not going to take the staff and hit him down, Swift Fox will get up and go over and grab it from him and hit him with it.
All right. Yeah, so you take the
Peter
the staff.
Hunt, thank you for following us.
Huzzah! So you take the staff.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to run over and you're going to try to knock him down?
Yes.
All right. Roll a attack with the staff.
So just
like a D20, add your proficiency and your strength.
All right.
Because you're a fighter of sorts.
So this is going to say hand axe, but it's the same plus.
Okay.
10.
Just enough. Otherwise, you would have hit another patron, but I just
I would have given one of the
tight.
Bam!
It's tight quarters.
Bam!
It's the only reason I had you roll. Yeah. So you whack him down, and as soon as you do, this blue light erupts from the staff.
Zane immediately stands up and pays attention.
And not only that, and the fire goes out, and he is completely healed.
Girl's like, I knew you could heal.
Swift Fox starts smacking himself.
Doesn't do anything.
Yeah. But no, Swift Fox will look at the old man and goes, "Who are you?"
And before he can answer, the seeker gets up. His name is Hederick. Anybody wants to write that down?
With a name like that, he's got to be an ass.
He is an asshole. And he stands up and he says, "What is this?"
I put it behind my back.
And he says, This is witchcraft. That's what it is. Witchcraft. Alert the guards.
You're drunk.
Alert the guard. Don't you tell me what I am. Then he turns to Tika. Can I have another round? That would be really great here. I've been on fire. I'm a little. And he says, "Alert the guards."
Be careful.
Gorel comes up behind him, puts his hand on the back of his neck. He's like, I think you should just sit down. Relax.
Somebody runs out the front door, which is right over here on the opposite side.
Mm-hmm.
Zarek's got his hand on his sword, ready to go. He keeps looking to Zane, being like, "Can I just go? Can I just?"
I think we should leave.
Did he just save your life? Wait, I'm confused, man.
Let's just leave.
It says witchcraft is banned here, and you, wizard, don't think I didn't notice you.
Gorel puts his big hand over his mouth.
Can you have him?
You need to calm down.
You're all under arrest.
No, my hand's over his mouth.
Can you have him
under arrest for witchcraft?
Can you have him make a wisdom save, please?
Yeah.
I'm casting command on him.
13, 15.
15 might be the target number. Hang on, let me double check. Sorry. Yep, 15 is my spell save DC. Okay.
Yeah.
So nothing.
You're trying to do
happens.
witchcraft on me too.
I'm just trying to get you to calm down.
Guards! You hear footfalls from outside.
Eric's like, I'll get him to calm down.
Go Moon.
Alright.
I think we
Gorell
need to leave.
slams his head into the table.
Yeah, all right.
He has to do that? He does that?
Well,
Yeah.
all right.
I just-
Roll an attack.
James
Roll an
Scott, thank you for following.
Huzzah!
Roll an attack, Gorell.
You giggle
Um,
each time we do that, KD.
What am I rolling? Just
Yeah.
a 20?
Yeah, roll a 20, add your strength and your proficiency because you.
Oh, jeez. All right.
Well, with your strength and your proficiency, it's over 10, I assume.
That's
yes?
true. Yes. My strength
Yeah, so you
is
slam him down.
18. Yeah.
And he's like, look, they're accosting me. And all of the people in the place sort of back away from this. And Kichiara runs up to the table. Not Kichiara. What's her name? Tika.
Where'd you come from?
Hey, guys!
Psych! I was here the whole time.
Where my bitches at? So she, Tika comes running over and says, the guards are coming. I don't know what's going on here, but you need to go.
Is there an exit through the kitchen?
There is, but yeah, I'll lead you over there.
Great. Let's go. Take him with us.
We're taking this guy, and
That's a
Gorell
really
holds him
bad
by the
idea.
back.
Things are bad enough. If you take him, it's going to get even worse. Like he runs this town. Like you don't know what you've just done.
Who's saying
Gorell
that?
slams his head into the table again.
And Zarek gives him another high five.
If you take him, that's all the more reason for them to continue to follow us if we're trying to escape. I'll follow you, ma'am. Come, go, Moon. Let's go.
Do we take him or do we leave him?
You're
But
smart.
is he after hitting him twice with the table? Is he knocked out or not?
He's not quite knocked. He's dopey, but he's not quite knocked out.
Okay, I hit him. I throw him down again. Trying to knock him out.
Roll.
Guys don't
Roll it-
remember that
roll it.
in the book, now do you?
Roll a d20. The great thing is, you guys are making this so much worse than it even would have to be.
17.
Oh, yeah. You got over 20 with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Now he's got like he's knocked out now, and he's got like a cut just opened up in the top of his head now.
And then I just,
And there's
I
blood
just
rushing down.
and then I just toss him onto the empty table in the corner.
Roll a 10-sided die.
You can push it back in the fire.
I thought about it.
Oh,
1.
Okay. It could have been a lot worse. The lower was better in this case. for you
Okay.
guys.
Okay.
Yeah, so he stumbles into this table. Now everybody's screaming. Now everyone's screaming for the guards.
all right. Let's leave. Old man, come with us.
"I'm too old." Says, "But
Very
if
well.
I were you, I would take that staff of yours back where you found it."
How do you know so much about it?
He
I
then
don't-
yells.
I don't think we've
Help!
got time for all this. There's
He yells,
Alright.
"Help! Help!
Let's go.
They have accosted the seeker!" And he's got like a little glint in his eye.
I give him a sneer as we exit through the kitchen.
So
Look, you're
through
trying
the
to help
kitchen
you,
up-
old man.
You're kind of weird, dude, but that's okay.
he actually grabs onto Curly's sleeve as you're about to run.
Yeah.
And he says, "The fates brought you here today."
All right, old dude. Cool.
Go back.
Cool. All right.
He just-
I'm down.
Yeah, that's good.
and he says, "Bring the staff to Zach Saroth."
Zach Saroth.
And then gives you a wink and sort of shoves you, very weakly because he's an old man, toward the door.
All right.
till we're all running out the back.
Running out the back, you hear footfalls coming up the stairs. Now they've got to go all the way up these stairs, right?
Right.
So they're, in the back, over in the corner here, there is basically where they throw the trash, right? So there's an opening, and it's about 30 feet, maybe more, maybe 35 feet, to the ground.
Is there a rope or something around here?
It's just a hole in the wall.
How many of us are there?
6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7.
Okay. Stand
All right,
close.
so we're going out the trash chute then.
All
All right, let's go.
I'll stand close to the wizard.
You're just gonna jump down?
Yeah.
Hold on. Stand close. I'll cast Featherfall on
2, 3,
5
4,
people.
5, 6, 7.
7.
Everyone but
5.
okay. Stand
Alright, so
close.
we're
you
going
don't
out
need
the
to
trash
cast it on
chute then?
yourself because you can get on my back.
All right, let's go.
And then
I don't think
one
that'll
other
work.
jump.
Like he
Up
would
to
still, yeah, he would still have to do both of you.
Oh, really?
all right. So I'll
Because
cast
he would still
Featherfall.
weigh the amount, and you'd weigh as
Stand
much
Alright, so we're
as
going out the
feather.
trash
So
chute
he
then?
would
Right.
You can
still
get on
just.
my back. I see.
So I'll cast Featherfall on 5 people, and everyone but me and Zane, and then you guys go
I
through
don't think
for
First
that'll
another.
work.
jump.
Like he
Up
would
to
still,
Yours,
yeah, he would
Ian.
still have to do
Oh,
both.
sorry,
of you.
everyone but me and Zara.
Oh, really?
At least
I'll
I
get us
didn't make
confused.
you stay.
So I'll get us
He
confused.
He would
sometimes.
still weigh the
Mom,
amount, and
Mom
you
used to
weigh.
do it all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll cast Featherfall on everyone except Zarek and Zane, and then tell them to jump through. You'll be safe.
Okay.
Tika runs up to Zarek and says, "Go to my house. You can hide there.
So
They'll look for you in your houses,
Okay.
and you
Okay.
guys would know where it is."
So once they reach the bottom, I'll cast Featherfall on the 2 of us, and then we'll jump down.
Okay. So you guys land down below the end of the last home. You can see now they've like you guys got out just in the nick of time because there's the guards running into the place. You can hear cries of, "I think he killed him! I think he killed him!"
As so many other times I've heard that before.
And where do you guys go?
Let's go
We
to,
go to
we'll relay
her
the
house.
information about Tika and
yeah, let's go to Tika's house.
Tika's
Yeah.
house.
All right. So you guys can go, and let me pull up another map here for you. It's kind of hard to see this map a little bit, but because there's a lot of trees. But solid, is this up? Can you guys see this?
No, all I got is
Nope,
black.
it's just
I see blackness.
We have to zoom out. No,
Wait a
it's all
second. You
black.
might have to zoom out.
No, it's just black. I zoomed out.
You must have Fog of War on.
Yeah, I didn't put it on because I know I don't know how to take it off. But there, let's see. Map.
There's a way to do it over in the sidebar. There should be an
Can you-
eye.
Can you see it now?
Mm,
No.
Nope.
All right. How about? Oops. Now,
No.
literally says reveal areas. Hold on.
You have to, yeah, when you do that, when you click it, you have to take your pointer over the map.
Right, I did that.
And then you click the left button, hold, and stretch it, and it'll.
Did that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go into another map and then come back.
that's a
Take
good one.
the.
You know what? It doesn't
slide bar.
matter. You don't need to see the map. You're gonna run to Tika's house.
Okay.
Okay.
Paint us a word picture, Adam.
Yes. So I mean,
Something just showed
basically,
up.
Oh,
the
That's yes.
the house is not that far from the inn. Now you've got to, if you run basically due west, you'll get to her house. That being said, you've also then got to go up the stairs because it's in the trees.
right.
But it's a pretty quick run, so you can get there within a couple of minutes.
Great.
That being said, I would like Zane to roll me a Constitution check.
Sure. I just click on the attribute, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Where are you? Constitution.
Booyah.
All right. You're okay.
Cool.
So you guys make it to the tree. You start getting up go up the stairs, which wrap around the tree, similar to what it did at the end of the last home. There's a lot of commotion around the inn right now. Like there's like all of the seeker guards, which are now part of this. The garrison here in Solace, and then also you notice, and it would probably actually everybody roll a perception check.
Figures that's the best roll I have tonight.
I'm too busy huffing and puffing.
Yeah, you're the only one who doesn't notice this because you're trying to keep up.
Guys, I'm sorry.
Yeah, because this is a lot of effort for you.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of training back at the tower, huh?
We do a lot of studying.
You guys also notice that
I do the heavy lifting with my mind.
Girl just shouts,
in my
nerds,
mind, I'm already
nerds.
there, motherfuckers. You all notice that not only are there the seeker guards, but there's also a contingent of hobgoblins and goblins that are also,
and that's
have
very
also
odd for
responded to
that's very
this.
odd for here, right?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
And you all recognize how strange that is. You make it to Tika's house. The door is locked.
Oh, jeez.
Thanks, Tika.
Yeah.
Do we remember that there's a secret entrance or where she keeps the spare key?
You look under the mat.
Yeah.
Roll an investigation check.
All right.
I'm probably good at it if you want me to try.
I mean, both of us
Derek's
can.
the one looking for the key.
Sure.
But if I can't find it,
There's no
my
key.
brother
Yeah,
does.
there's nothing under the mat.
Did I happen to have secret away on me any of my lockpicks?
You know what? That's a great question. I'm gonna let you roll for it.
Okay.
Roll just a d20.
19.
You do. As a matter of fact, you do. In your pocket, you've got your old set. It's not a
In
great
the prison
set.
wallet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
All of a sudden, Swiftfox drops his pants. For some
no.
unknown reason.
Girl's very
I'm
confused.
sorry.
Like, wait.
I've got my thieves' tools right here, but I'm just sort of watching Swiftfox to see what he's gonna do.
So Swift Fox will push his way up to the front and go, "Excuse me, I think I can take care of this here."
All right. Oh, by the way, you roll a Constitution check too. By the way, Swiftfox.
Oh, okay. 16.
All right, you're okay. Go ahead.
So let's see here. That's 2, 4, so 6. Here's my lockpick. 15.
Just enough. It would have been a 12, but since you're using old lockpicks that you had stored away in a secret area.
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, so you fumble around for a little bit. You're able to get it. You hear that click. Unfortunately, you didn't check for traps, so there's a. No, I'm just kidding.
I was about to say.
A fireball hits us all, we die.
The floor drops out from under us.
Door opens. Yeah, door opens.
I'll open it
All
up
right.
and I'll go in, pull in Gold Moon.
Okay.
All right, I guess we all rush in.
Yeah, I'll go inside. I want to keep an eye on the goblins, so I'll be the last one to go in.
All right. Yeah, they're acting as if they're part of this contingent of guards.
So they're operating as if they're like with the Seekers.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Noted.
And they're all still around the inn. At this point, anyway. So you guys are in Tika's house. It's basically a glorified studio. You've got a little living area, kitchen area, and then a small bedroom off to the back.
I'm gonna start going in one. I'll look around for any kind of weapons, but then if I don't find any kind of weapons, I'll go to the kitchen and see if I can't at least get a knife.
You could find that. You could find a knife. There's no other.
All right.
So basically, consider like a dagger. Basically, is that or?
It's like a not as good dagger. Basically, it would go as a dagger, but you're basically doing like 1 point of damage.
Swiftwind, can I examine the staff now?
Yes, go.
Swift Fox, sorry, Swift Fox.
Swift, yes, Swift.
You gave us
I love that they called him Swiftwind, and none of us reacted as if that were weird.
Yeah, Swiftwind's my cousin,
including Swift Fox.
Including Swift Fox.
I didn't get it. Yeah, so I'll take the staff from Goldmoon, who I gave it back to, and I'll take it over to let Zane take a look at it.
All right, I'm gonna unwrap it, put it on the floor, and I'm gonna ritual cast Identify.
Before you do that, you take a point of damage.
Okay.
As
From
soon as
touching
it
the staff?
touches you, you feel a searing pain in your hand.
Okay.
You drop it very quickly,
Right.
Because I rolled a 1 on that d6.
Okay.
And yeah, that's
take a
weird.
point.
The 2, by the way. So.
Okay. I'm gonna make an Arcana check to see if I know what, like, if I've heard of that type of thing happening before. With no, okay, don't know anything about it.
No, that's weird.
All right, that's
Very
so
weird.
strange. What happened?
Yeah. You're like really good with magic shit too. Like that's weird. That this
No, it's really bizarre how low you're rolling right now.
I know. 'Cause I have a +7 to that.
Yeah, you're pulling a Kemchan.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
It's all right. You can take it all. The bad rolls. You can take all the bad rolls.
All right, so I'll cast Identify on this and see what I can figure out.
You don't need to touch that, right?
No.
Do me a favor. What is that? Tell me what Identify does, because I don't play magic.
Sure, no problem. Identify.
I'm not that kind of DM that knows everything about all your characters. In fact, I probably know.
He's not one of them DMs that knows like the rules.
I don't even know.
So,
I don't even remember how to play my own character when I've got it. So,
You got that shit right.
so you guys are responsible for learning what your character does and how he does it.
the wording is the object, if it is magical, if it's a magic item or some other magic imbued object, I learn the properties of how to use them, whether it requires attunement or not, how many charges it has left, if any, and if any spells are activated on the item. If the item was created by a spell, I learn which spells created it, and yep, that's it.
As far as you're concerned, this is not even a magic item.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't get anything from this. So roll an intelligence check though,
Sure.
with advantage.
Okay.
Just because you're so smart.
Thanks.
24.
Look at my little zany, isn't he so smart? I always said he was gonna go places.
He's gonna go places. Look at him. He's such a good fellow.
He's a good boy.
24.
That zany. Yeah. Your guess is because this has nothing to do with magic.
Right.
That this very well could be a holy relic, and that this is more based on, holy magic versus arcane magic.
Okay. Zane, what's Zarek, what's your alignment's what? Neutral good?
Yeah.
Okay.
What a weird question to ask. What does that even mean? Says Flint. What the fuck are you two talking about over there?
Girl says it's nerd shit he's talking about.
Zarek, can you pick up the staff for me?
I don't know if that's a good idea. I mean, look what it did to you.
Didn't it just hurt you?
It did, but I have a theory.
All right. So he'll pick it up.
All right, you pick it up.
How do you feel?
Like I'm holding a staff.
Excellent.
Well, all right then.
You hear the
Okay.
sounds outside getting louder.
Can I put it down now?
Sure, if you want. I think that it has to do with the purity of the person holding the staff.
But it zapped you.
Exactly.
I'm not sure what you're saying about your purity there.
Yeah, exactly.
Swift Fox will
well-
pick up the staff again and take it back over to Gold Moon, wrap it up.
Okay.
Are we just gonna stay here?
Is the noise getting closer?
Oh yeah, there's noise everywhere. Yeah.
Does it seem like they're coming towards us, or like just searching the area?
Are they searching houses?
Roll a. Well, how do you know? What are you going to do to find out?
Daniel Perez Rodriguez, thank you for following. Huzzah!
Can I pull my familiar into existence and send him outside? Her outside?
Sure. How are you going to send him outside?
Out the window.
Yeah, let's go out the window.
Which window?
Yeah, she can climb out the window. She can
She
climb
can
down.
climb. Yeah, she's a cat.
Yeah, she's a cat.
All right.
So
I mean, the windows are closed. She's not at home. She locked the door. She's not going to leave her windows open. That'll be
right. Is there one that's
Up
not
in the
like
tree.
facing? Is there not one that's facing the front? Like, is there one that's kind of off on the
there's one in
side?
the bedroom in the back. Sure.
Great. I'll send her out the side window and then look through her eyes and kind of walk around the front.
Okay. Yeah. So this cat have a name?
Sheba.
Sheba is walking around. What does Sheba look like for those watching at home?
Sheba is a black cat.
Okay.
She has
Gertie.
I knew you.
What's
that? He's calling his cat because his cat's also a black cat.
Sheba's fully black, and she has blue eyes actually.
Okay. Cool.
That kind of have little gold flecks in them since my transformation.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Cool.
Yeah, so Sheba climbs out the window. She can see out the back that there's guards scrambling everywhere. They're going from basically treetop to treetop. Now, this the way Solace is put together, because everything's up in trees, they don't expect people to go down a winding set of stairs, walk across, go up another winding set of stairs. So there are bridges, rope bridges going from tree to tree. So, and there's wooden platforms that that go around each of the trees as well when you get to the houses. So,
Ewok Village.
Yeah, exactly.
Ewok Village. Got it.
Except no Ewoks.
Right.
Unfortunately.
Oh.
Far fewer furry bears.
Well, you haven't looked outside yet.
That's true. Sheba see any Ewoks?
Sheba, yeah, she sees Wicked.
All right, cool.
Unfortunately, the
What
Ewoks
does he
are
say?
after us.
Yeah.
Yep.
They've sent the Ewoks after you guys. This is how
no.
much shit you're in.
This is the cutest strike force I've ever seen.
So as soon as Sheba comes around the corner, where she can see the front of the house, she sees 3 guards walk up to the door in the house that you guys are in Tika's house. And they are just about to knock, but before they do, we're going to end it right there because it is time, guys.
All right.
So we will find out what happens next time on Wicked Studios presents DragonLance, Dragons of Despair, Part 1. Thank you guys for checking us out here, and for all of those that followed. That was awesome. Thank you guys. We will be back here next Friday to find out what's going to happen to these guys who could now be also wanted for murder of
Wonderful.
Nice.
Wait, of whom?
of the Seeker that Gorell may or may not have killed.
I did kill him.
Okay.
He didn't kill him much.
The key you're looking
killed him a little bit.
The key you're looking for when in those situations is, I'm gonna try and do non-lethal damage, DM.
Well, it all depends on your point of view, doesn't it?
It does.
It does.
Many of the truths that we hold dear in life depend greatly on our point of view.
Pretty much all of them.
True.
So anyway, on behalf of KD, Gaz, Kim Chan, Jason, and Will.Playa, thanks for watching. Check us out Tuesday nights here at 9 p.m. Eastern Time for Greyhawk Adventures, where you get to see Will.DM, who's not nearly as cool as Will.Playa.
No, not really.
And then KD and I and some other people. And then that's it for right now. We're on hiatus with our Marvel game for a little bit.
Sector 1 may be starting up next Wednesday. If it's not next Wednesday, it'll be the following.
So this coming Wednesday or
this coming Wednesday or the following?
Wow, you're getting
maybe.
done.
So, which is our sci-fi modified Open D6 game.
Yeah, we don't know what that means, but I'm sure it's cool.
Those in the know do.
Fair enough. All right, guys, we will check you out next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
You got to hit the end thing here, by the way, dude.